flip the screen so that the chat?
Howdy, howdy.
What's up? What's up?
We are
How's
here.
it
We are
going?
live. Now, what was you asking before we went live? Hey, remember this is a live show. So anything happens, hey, it's out there.
Yeah, no, I was just wondering if you can change the orientation of the screen, but I don't think you can.
I sure can. How do you want me to do this?
No,
I
no.
can do it
I
like
just
this.
no.
Yeah.
I meant the chat's on the right. I was gonna try to move it over so that
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
it looks closer, like I'm looking at the audience. If I have it closer to the edge of the screen, but it's all right. Don't worry about it.
That might something you may have to do on that end. I don't know if I
Small
can.
potatoes.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do that on this side or not. I thought you were referring to the cameras.
No,
like-
no.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you can on that side. That's a good question. I'll have to ask my.
I don't think you can. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Probably not. But yeah, I stuck with StreamYard. I was going to cancel, but they gave me half off for 6 months. I said, all right, I'll do that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and noted they raised the price on everybody like
overnight.
a lot.
Yeah, overnight it was like $20, and all of a sudden they said it was going to be like $44 or $45. I'm like, wow.
Did they give you any features, like anything extra with that $44?
A little bit, but that not justifying the over double cost. I don't think. In my opinion.
Yeah, I had StreamYard for a little bit, but
yeah, it's just now if they didn't give me that deal, I was going to go to that EV Mux because I was looking at that in Riverside. EV Mux had more of this kind of a feel that I was used to.
Yeah, it does.
It just felt very similar to this, and I want to kind of stick with that because Riverside had like a lot of maybe something was a little more technical or something, and it probably is little bit better. But
I had Riverside too. It's like more professional.
Yeah,
it doesn't have the colors and the borders, and it's more like for big team meetings and companies and.
Yeah, because you can add a lot more stuff like as it's going or whatever in the actual software. But I thought, well, that's going to be kind of a little more.
If you're used to StreamYard, look into Restream as well. Restream does pretty much the same thing.
Okay. Yeah, because I know that's another big reason why I did not go with Riverside, because unlike the EV Mux in this, when you schedule a live stream, it's not easy like that because you got to go here, go back to here, go back to here, and all that. Whereas if you go to StreamYard, I can set up and it automatically pushes out on YouTube for you. You don't have to do anything else. That was a big plus, and I was like shocked that Riverside didn't have that. So that was a big feature. I said, no, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, Restream will do it.
Yeah.
Restream will do just about everything that StreamYard can do.
Okay. I've heard of it. I just never looked into it. So
nice.
Check that out.
I've never used Restream, but I've heard of it.
Yeah. There's a lot of them out there because it just makes it easy makes it easier than ever now just to, get on here and do your show.
I like Ecamm Live because it's I have a MacBook and it's built. It's only for Mac. It's not for anything. And when you install it, it installs it into your computer, so it's native and literally every aspect of it is modular.
Oh, wow.
You don't have to go on the web. You just open up the program and it opens up, and then literally you can take all your cameras and move them here and move this to this screen and that. Yeah.
Right.
You can do whatever you want. It's really neat.
That's only for Apple though, right?
Yeah. I could use it and have guests that don't have Apple.
Okay.
You would get like you would get like a web-based interface. But as far as for the operation and the production on the production side, it's really intuitive and built into your computer.
Okay.
And it's not that expensive. Kevin was looking up the prices for me one day and it wasn't bad.
No, it's not bad at all. Like I can't use it because I don't have Apple at all.
Yeah.
I'm complete, Android and
You're
computer
so
based.
deep into EV Mux though that
I am.
it'd be stupid to do anything else in that.
With all my shows that I do with EV Mux, it's
Yeah.
And EVMux just has so many extra little widgets and things that you can do with it to play around with it to make it look, I won't say more professional, but more fun, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it does. It does a lot that I didn't find in StreamYard, but I kept using StreamYard. Me and my friend Boneyard there, we were using it. And it just, I like StreamYard. I just stopped paying for it because I wasn't doing anything. And now everything I do is with Kevin or Mike, and I don't really go live on my own.
Right. Okay. I got.
I just don't.
But you've got the eStream if you wanted to, right?
Well, the Ecamm.
Ecamm, yeah.
I don't have it now. I did like a 2-week trial, and I put it out, and I was like, "This is crazy! Like it is really neat."
Is it expensive?
No, it's like, what did you found like 20?
Yeah, it was actually cheaper than say StreamYard or Restream or any of those. Yeah, it was a little bit cheaper.
Borders and like all these different things that EVMux offers, I can do with that, but I have to build them myself. I have to do it, you know.
And with EVMux, it's all built in to it.
It's almost automated. You just got to plug in information. Yep.
Yep.
So,
all right.
EVMux is probably the way to go, Chad.
Yeah, as I said, I like simplicity, kind of like plug and play. Saying it makes
it has its issues. Don't get me wrong, but for the most part, it's pretty fun.
But I think all of them do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the internet, man. It's not 100% reliable.
Good old interwebs.
Yeah. That's another thing. You just hope your connection. Like I finally hardwired this thing in. We had the cable company come out and redo all the modem and stuff because it was just not good back here. So it's a lot better. But now that we got the technical jargon out of the way, I guess. Welcome everybody again. I appreciate y'all coming, taking your time tonight for a little bit here and discuss, as we said in the title, the 2024 year in review for YouTube. First of all, what a fast year. What do you guys say?
Yep.
Every year, the older I get, the years go by so fast.
Isn't that so true? And that's scary, but it's scary but true. So, yeah, I have to agree with that.
Yep. And time spans that used to be like a lifetime are now really short. You're like, wow, 20 years from now is right around the corner.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You as a kid, it's like, oh, man, I get my freshman. I got 4 years of high school. It's going to take forever.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
And it felt like it when you were doing it. But
when you're younger, I think time felt longer.
Yeah.
It really did.
5 to 10 years is just getting started.
It is because when you're younger, you're looking at everybody else and you're wanting to hit that next level up, if you will. Like if you're under 18, you're wanting to turn 18 so you can do or 16 really, so you can start learning how to drive. And 18.
Cigarettes.
Yeah, if you want to smoke and stuff like that, or you're an adult, 21, start drinking. I figure once you hit 21, your next milestone's 30. After that, you don't really care.
I say 25, especially if you're a guy, because your insurance goes down.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Didn't even think about that one, yeah.
But yeah, you're exactly right. I never thought about that way because, you always looked, okay, I can't wait to be a teenager. I can't wait to drive. I can't wait to get 18. I can't get 21, So, yeah, you're
Even
right.
when you're 25 and 30, all you're getting from people our age is, oh, you're just a kid. So even when you're, 25, 30, you're still waiting to be 35 so that you can go, well, now they can't call me a kid. But then there's a 60-year-old that's like, you're just a kid. And you're like, God dang it. It just doesn't end. And then all of a sudden you hit 40 and 45 and you start going, woo, woo.
Yeah. My next one's 50. My next one's 50.
Yeah. I'm 50.
You get the aches and the pains that you never had when you was younger. It's like, oh man,
my goodness! Like I used to when I was younger, and the older people or family members, whoever it may be, say, "Oh, my knees hurt," all this, and I would be like, "How? I don't get it. I don't understand." I understand now. I completely understand now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
That is so true. So, well, what do you guys? What did you guys kind of learn in 24? What was your biggest thing you took from it, I guess? What was your biggest learning curve? The hurdle, I should say.
I learned, well, I'm still learning it. I've always known this, but I went through something. I'm still going through it, and I'm going to be for the next year, couple years. That I don't know how to phrase it, but for one, don't trust anybody, and two, things can change just like that. Your normal can go from your normal to completely unknown in just the blink of an eye.
Yeah.
So that's what I've learned this year. Hasn't been the best year, but it hasn't been horrible. I'm just saying. I've learned that.
For me, it's, the people that you do care about, that you, the people that you love, make sure you tell them as much as you can, because I've lost a few people within this past year, and I missed them every day, and I wish I could tell them that I love them and miss them. So always tell the people, if you got something to say to somebody, don't hold off. Go ahead and say it, because you never know.
Good or bad.
You may not, good or bad, because you never know. You may not get the chance to say it.
Yep, exactly. I mean, I just lost an uncle this week too. So yeah, you're right. You just don't know.
I lost one not too long ago.
Yeah. I lost my dad earlier this year. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a tough one. But yeah. Well, like I said, now I kind of started my channel towards the end of 23, kind of maybe the middle, I think, but I didn't get really serious about it until this year. Clay, when did you actually start your channel?
The Clay Allen Review, I started about 10 years ago. It was just I can't remember the name. It was just like my name. And I wasn't real serious. I actually, the first review that I ever did was in like 2015, I think. So about 9 years ago. That was the first review I'd ever done. I did a couple reviews, but then I just never got serious until this last couple years. So I'd say, yeah, the Chronicles channel started last year. So it's been a year, and it's I don't know. I feel like I'm doing something wrong because it's just so slow. I've been watching the last couple days, this guy up in Canada, like the western part of Canada somewhere. I can't remember his name because I just started seeing his videos. He's an older guy. He's like 60, 61 years old. In June or July, he lost his job. He has no experience with YouTube at all. He started making videos with and I'm not trying to badmouth anybody. It's just horrible lighting. Like you see, we all work on our lighting skills. He's got bad lighting. He just uses a Rode Wireless Go microphone hooked up to his phone. And so he started a YouTube channel in August of this year. He's already beyond. He just got monetized. And I'm like, what am I doing wrong?
What kind of content is he putting out?
He's just talking about being 60 years old and losing his job and doesn't know what he's going to do. And it's kind of like the similar boat that I'm in. I'm not 60, but I'm 50.
Right.
And some stuff went down and I'm not employed. I'm on unemployment. And I'm also, while I'm on unemployment, I'm pushing as much as I can to do some more video stuff for to get paid. So, but I'm just like blown away. I'm like, man, this guy, and I like it. I've been watching him. But a few months, and he's already beyond what I could even imagine being, and I'm like, man.
Yeah, some people blow up faster than others. I mean, it's what they say, a marathon, not a sprint, I guess.
I'm proud for him. I'm happy for him. I'm just trying to figure out, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong?
I don't think it's anything that you're doing wrong. I think it comes down to what the subject matter is at the time. It's all about timing. Like for what I do, I should say, as far as microphone reviews, movie reviews, and stuff like that on Back to the Retro Review. Like there's a million people doing that.
Yeah.
There's a million people doing that, and it took forever to get where I'm at now, and it's still a challenge.
Yeah.
Now, you kind of briefly explained it there, Kevin, in case people that don't know exactly what your channels are. Just can you kind of go over them again for us real quick, like?
Yeah. I'm part of the Mod Squad Network, which is a entertainment news sort of show. We have a couple different shows on there, and this is my main channel. I do Mod Squad Network with a group of people, and I do Back to the Retro Review also with a group of people, but it also just myself, which I do the group with. I do movie reviews from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s, and they're retro movies, hence the name Back to the Retro Review. And I recently, this year, actually started doing microphone reviews, and that's, microphone and podcasting reviews and podcasting tech, and that's where I got into that earlier this year. And that's when I got into that little space. I've seen a little bump in viewership and stuff like that. So it's all it's timing. That's really all it is.
Yeah, I agree. Clay, what about you down there? In case somebody, I mean, you've been on my show before, but people
So there's the Clay Allen Review, and I do the same thing: microphone reviews, audio interfaces, lighting, anything, a boom arm, anything that I need, that like is in the space that I'm in. I'll do a review about that, just as I don't know. I like the whole consumer. What do they call it? Like, just looking out, because I check reviews before I buy anything.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I read
Definitely.
as much.
You're crazy not to, really.
Yeah.
I mean,
so that's why I do that on that channel. It was originally started just as a channel for me to upload videos that I made for fun, because I've always been into making videos, like little stupid things that make people laugh, or I make some crazy stuff. YouTube's never seen it. Like they don't see it. I go, those are private, but
okay, I got you. Yeah, not unpublished.
Right. And then and then there's the Clay Allen Review, or the Clay Allen Chronicles, which I started because of Mike and Bark and Kevin. Like, everybody, I put out one video kind of just talking about supporting fellow YouTubers, because I love this community. I love this space. I like the viewers, the subscribers. I like when they comment. It fuels me. Like, it just, I'm doing this for them and myself. I like to create things. So I made this one video, and they're like, man, this is what you need to do. You need to talk. Just talk. Like, talk about real things. So I guess it's kind of like a personal growth channel. Right. So that's the Clay Allen Chronicles.
And I think that's being stressed more and more now. I mean, I know back when it real first started is and probably through a little bit of maybe even when the should we dare speak of its name, the COVID years.
Yeah.
It was all about fancy editing, high quality video, and all this stuff. But now I think it's kind of going to where people just kind of want real. I don't edit. I don't edit a whole lot. I mean, I try to. I'm trying to get better, but I don't get real fancy. I don't have a whole lot of fancy shots and stuff. But I'm gonna try to do better next year. But I just keep it real. I don't like. Sometimes if I'm out in the haunted cemetery doing that, I'll be honest. I'm not going to say any channels, but I know there's a lot out there that exaggerate things. Flat out, probably ain't even real, because they just want to get
right. It's just
I'm not about that. I'd rather have one subscriber or two subscribers being real and honest with people than trying to fake things, because I don't like that. It's not me who it is. I just always tell people, hey, we're out here today. I got this. What you see is what happens. If nothing happens, then nothing happens. If something happens, you're going to see it too. Just be real. I think. I think
that's what you're right. That's what people like. I like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, because I remember that was saying when I was younger, if you always tell the truth, you never have to remember what you say.
Yeah.
Because that's pure fact right there.
Because some people start a lie, then they got to say another lie to cover that lie, and then they get so deep in, they don't even know what they said. Well, I remember you said that was 5 of them, not 10. So you're going to get caught, I guess.
Yeah. You're going to.
How big was the fish? It starts out here, and then
that's a fisherman saying, hold it real close to the camera. Look at the size of this one.
That reminds me of the biggest fish. That movie, Big Fish. You ever see that?
No, I don't think I have.
that's a movie about that whole premise about stories being embellished and
right.
yeah, it's good.
But I think it's about keeping it real, like you said, like the guy you're talking about. A lot of people's channels, they're just sitting in their car and talking.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen many of those. It just depends, and like the biggest thing I've seen. There's a lot of channels now that are like, how to grow on YouTube channels. I've seen a lot of these.
A lot. There's a lot of that, and there's a lot of over 40 stuff.
Yeah. Yes, that is like really becoming
the first video I made on the Chronicles. That's what it was in my car. It was in my truck, and it was just a spur of the moment. I pulled in the driveway, and it was about betrayal trauma. Something that I had just recently looked up and realized I had, and something was just bugging me. And when I pulled in the driveway, a trigger was presented to me. If you know what I'm trying to say, something was out of place and it triggered me. And I get all these triggers all the time. I went through infidelity about 10 years ago, and it was like 2 years of just finding out lie after lie after lie after lie from somebody that I thought was my person. Like we had been together for almost 20 years.
Yeah,
and
that's sad.
It lingers, man. It doesn't go away. So I had pulled in the driveway. Something triggered me. I said, I gotta record a video about this. I recorded a video. I think it was like 6 minutes long. I made that YouTube channel for that video because I had to get it out. I wanted to release, and I put it out, and that video ended up getting to like within 3 or 4 days over 4,000, 5,000 views. But there was a lot of hate in the comments, not hate towards me, but like people talking about, hating their exes and they wish this one was dead and this and that. And I was like, man, this is not what I wanted. I'm not,
Right. And that's the fine line you got to walk when you put out content like that. Is, what are you going to get back in response?
Yep. And the majority of my subscribers are those people. Well, at least a good 60 of them. I don't have many on that channel. It's barely. That's why I said I feel like, what am I doing wrong? It's at 157. 2 days or yesterday it was at 155. 2 days prior to that it was at 157. So I keep like losing a couple and I'll gain a couple. I'll lose a couple, I'll gain a couple. And I think it's the original people that subscribed for that particular type of video that are dropping off, because I'm not doing that anymore, because I like doing this. I like working on this, and like I like making it look good, and I like playing with sound, and that's not what people want.
This is my therapy, getting in front of a camera, speaking into a microphone. That it's pure therapy for me. It's relaxing. I don't stress over this. Like when I'm in this space, I'm not thinking about anything past these walls. This is where my head is at. And that's what I like. It's my getaway.
Did you ever have any problems being on camera? Did you ever have any fear or anything like that?
I won't say problems or fear, more of am I doing it correctly?
Right.
Or things like that. But yeah, my first videos that I ever shot, I was using my cell phone, doing that, opening mystery subscription boxes for, geeky prizes. So I've been on camera doing that, and I kind of got used to it on my phone. So when I went to a webcam doing lives, my first couple lives that I did, I was definitely nervous, because it's live.
Yeah,
exactly. If I say it, it's out there.
Exactly. You can't. There's no takesy backsies on it. So
no.
But now I've just gotten so used to and comfortable in front of the camera that it's really not an issue anymore.
Yeah, I think like you said, I think everybody worries about what they say. How's this look? How's that look? And I think that might stop people from actually just maybe taking that next step of actually starting a channel, whatever they want to do. They're afraid of how they're going to look. And I say, don't worry about that. Nobody likes their first few videos. They don't. Some people don't like their first 20 videos. They just don't. Or some people like to hear themselves on camera. Because at first I didn't really like hearing myself. I'd play a video. I go, man, do I really sound like that? You know what I mean? I mean, that's a big thing too with a lot of people.
Yeah. Oh,
I've
big
heard
time.
that a lot.
Yeah.
Big time. I've never been. I can't say never because I'm definitely more comfortable with the sound of my own voice now than I was back then. Like I used to think I sounded like a hillbilly back in the day when I would talk. I mean, I still hear a little twang in my voice now when I speak, but nowhere near as bad as it used to be.
Yeah. I don't mind. I don't know. Don't call me conceited. It's not that. I just have never minded. When I look back at older videos where I used to have this thing of like scripting things out, and I would write them down and go, all right, this is what I'm going to do. And then I would read it. That's my only gripe, is that when I first started doing this, it did not flow naturally. It looked scripted. It looked stiff.
Okay.
And I didn't like that. So other than that, I don't mind hearing my voice.
Today we are going to go outside and we are going.
We got this today, and we went. There might be a problem there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, that's. Yeah. Well, that's nobody's ever said you had a bad voice. So I don't think you have to worry about hearing yourself.
No.
But that's a real fear. Some people don't like to hear themselves. Some people don't like to see themselves on camera. Some people, and then they're saying they just get camera shy. I guess that's the word. They don't know what to say. But
it's like that imposter syndrome thing. How they gonna judge me?
Yeah.
And I think everybody should just get on camera and speak, and because everybody has something to say. I mean,
it's such a release, man.
It really is. Mm-hmm. I will say, when I first started hearing my own voice, because when you speak out in public or just speaking, like, you're not really hearing the sound of your own voice a lot of times, because
not the way they hear it.
Exactly.
I remember hearing it one time. That was weird to me.
Yeah, I was like, is that what I really sound like?
Yeah, it's like, whoa, that's an eye opener. Yeah, I heard that, and it's true, because you record yourself, and they say what you hear on recording is actually how you sound, not what you're saying as you speak. That just blows my mind.
Yeah,
it's like look in the mirror. Is that really me?
Right? Yeah.
Is that really me in there?
Yeah.
It definitely throws you for a loop the first time that you really hear. You really hear yourself.
A friend of mine.
Now, some people say I have like a southern twang. I don't.
You do. No, you definitely do. Because my friend, you guys have seen him in the chat every now and then. Bill Lockman. I call him BJ.
Okay. I don't even talk about. I don't know who he is, but I remember being in the chat.
He's in Florida, and he's got a southern twang, and even the sound of your voice sounds like his voice. You have the same. I don't know what to call it, but you've got almost the same voice, almost
some kind of tone or whatever.
Yeah. If you heard him. Actually, you probably wouldn't think so, but if Kevin heard him, Kevin would go, "Oh yeah, they sound a lot like."
Yeah, right. Maybe if I put him on recording, listen to my voice on recording, and compare him, then I might.
Yeah.
There you go. Have them say the exact same line and try to figure out which one's which.
Yeah. Is there such thing as a voice doppelganger?
You're big into fishing.
Yeah.
So is he.
Yeah, he's in Florida. He's good at fishing down there.
Yeah, he dives.
Amazing fishing.
He does mostly diving for fishes.
Oh.
Yeah, he'll go down, catch like a couple
Spearfish.
of groupers. Huh? Yeah.
That was my guess. Okay, I gotcha.
Yep. He'll get, but he comes up with like enough to have a seafood festival. Like he'll go down and he'll get one or two big groupers. Groupers. I don't know if you know, but they get big.
Yeah, they can get really big.
They can get up 800-900 pounds. He'll catch a small one and it's like 80 pounds.
Yeah.
Well, the big 900 ones, they're illegal to. Right now. Yeah, the Goliaths.
I did have an uncle that caught one, not by choice. He couldn't. I forget why he didn't let it go, but it ended up dragging his boat out to sea, and the Coast Guard they were out there for 3 days.
Oh wow!
And the Coast Guard brought him in with the fish, because the fish eventually died, and they brought him in with the fish, and it was somewhere in the neighborhood of 800 pounds, and they had him at Port Canaveral at the. They had it hoisted up, and everybody was standing next to it. It was pretty impressive.
Yeah, those things are huge. They're huge.
Yeah, they can be. Man, that sounds pretty wild. But yeah, like I said, I think that's the thing. People is a fear. Like like I think it's Thank Big. Sean, Cannell says, punch fear in the face and just hit record. And
Yeah.
just do it.
Yep.
And one guy
Yep.
gave, I don't know who it was, gave an example. Like if just make the video private at first, or just record on your phone and nobody see it but you, and just record yourself out for a walk, or just record yourself talking
See how
about
you
something
like it.
like you're talking to a friend. Nobody has
Yeah.
to see it until you get comfortable doing that. Everybody's got their own learning curve, I guess. So I guess that's one way to do it. And and you kind of hinted at it there, Kevin, when you said just say everybody's got something to say. Because you maybe do a review channel, there may be hundreds of review channels, but you have a certain take on it that this one don't.
Exactly. Everyone has their own opinion. Everybody can form their own opinion. When I do my reviews, it's just my opinion.
Right.
Take it with a grain of salt because your opinion may be different than mine.
Yep.
But that's what I like. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it's his opinion with a little bit of educated guess, as far as to products when it comes to product reviews.
But I like a lot of product review channels because that's how, if there's only one or two, I mean, is that really enough?
No, it's not, because not everybody's buying the same things.
Yeah, if you watch 10 different people and you're hearing a kind of the same problem on this one product, then it's probably really there. If they're all kind of come to the conclusion, or if you see most of them are all really good, like that KK or the K669D microphone, for example. I didn't hear anybody say it was no good. Everybody said it was good. There it is, a purple one right there, nice and bright. It's good, so I bought it. Because then, not to mention the price.
Right.
Definitely can't be the price on it.
Exactly. So I think that's another thing too. You bring your own spin on it, and if you get experience in it, like you're telling a story. Nobody is you. Nobody's lived you. So your take's always going to be a little bit different,
right?
Than what somebody else's will be.
That's what I like about YouTube is it's worldwide.
Yeah.
And there's somebody out there for everything that you're interested in.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much variety. So much variety.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I rarely watch regular TV anymore. It's usually just YouTube. On my big screen, I'll turn on YouTube, watching a lot of people that I subscribe to and watch. I watch their stuff. I watch sporting events on TV, but other than that, just probably primarily YouTube. Really, I mean,
for me, it's just that usually that hour or so of family time when the wife's home from work, we've had dinner, we're gonna watch TV before I come upstairs and do stuff, or I watch TV to go to sleep because it's YouTube all the way up until it's time to go to bed, and then when it's time to go to bed, I watch something on TV just to fall asleep to.
That's fair. That's definitely fair. Yeah, I'm like you, Chad. I watch a lot of sports on TV, and that's really I'm in my phone. I may have something on the TV, but I'm usually in my phone watching YouTube, TikTok, whatever it may be. And I get excited when I see there's somebody that I enjoy watching their videos. Like I get super excited to watch their video and comment on it. Like, it's like a little. I don't know what it is. It's like it's a little joy. It's a little victory in the day when somebody posts something that I want to watch, or somebody that I want to watch post something. It's fun.
Yeah, I love the comment section. I always try to respond to every single comment, whether it's negative or good. I respond to everyone, and I always say kind of same thing. Hey, thanks for watching, or appreciate the kind words.
I want to talk about responding to every comment.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have a comment that popped up today, and I'm not going to respond to it because I don't know what he's saying. I don't.
Right.
And I kind of know what he's saying, but it's almost like. It's on a video that's been out for about a week. Everybody that I really, and I don't want to say this wrong. The people in this circle have all watched it and commented. Nobody said nothing about the music, and this guy said a comment about the music, and I was like, huh? He said something about like BG. Too much BG music, buddy, remove it.
Too much background music?
Oh, maybe background?
Oh, that's right.
He said, too much background music, buddy, remove it. That's it. That's all he said. And I was like,
yeah.
I mean, there's background music, and I turn it down when I'm going to get into, and there's never a moment in the video. I went and scrubbed through and watched it again, and I'm like, I don't know what he's talking. I can hear the background music, but it's not
right. It's not overpowering.
overpowering.
Again, variety. Some people like.
Yeah.
And you make the videos how you want them made. You're not making the video for him. You're making it for you. So, I mean, he has an opinion.
He and he's got a right
opinion.
to it. I just going to answering or responding to every comment. Some comments I leave them alone just because I don't want to go there. I don't.
I usually respond to even negative comments, and I'll say something about like thanks for watching or thank you for your opinion or something like that. But if it's something negative, I won't like dig into it and have a full conversation. That's what I'm afraid of.
If I say anything, is he gonna want to keep going? you know?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I know how it is.
That's true too. I mean,
they're gonna antagonize him. He's gonna keep going or come back.
I mean, even if I said anything, is he going to want to go more and make more comments? Right. And now it's going to be a thing. And I'm like, I'd rather just kind of leave it alone.
And you don't have to respond to every comment on that thread, more or less just the original comment, thank you for your opinion or something like that. You don't have to be like, you don't have to say, well, I thought it was fine, because that's still an opinion. Just like, thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Like that kind of reminds me of one comment I remember. It's when we went to visit that nuclear missile submarine. Well, I forgot to type in missile on the title. I just said nuclear submarine. It's the first one you can tour. And one guy said, "Hey, that's not a nuclear submarine. They don't have any of those that are decommissioned. It's actually nuclear missile." And I said, "You're right. I stand corrected. I'll fix that in description. Thank you and appreciate you watching." I corrected it. I was wrong. It was my fault. I forgot a big word in there. So something like that.
I had a negative comment not too long ago on one of mine. It was on one of my microphone reviews. He said that the company that I was reviewing was trash because he had a bad experience with them. I'm like, well, that's not my experience. I haven't had that experience. So I mean, it's all about what they, like I said, it's an opinion. I commented, and he commented back, and I'm not commenting again. So
exactly, yeah,
yep.
You just can't on some of them, and I think I'm not big enough channel, but I think some people get on these channels and just post negative comments because that's what they want to do.
Just trolling.
Oh yeah,
trolling.
There's definitely trolls out there for sure.
Yeah, people hating on other people because their success or something like that. I don't know why they got to post negative comments, but some people, they just look at a lot of the videos that get a lot of hits and views because if it's negative, or something.
I try not to be negative, but I've been known to troll. So
yeah, sometimes you can't help it. I know that ain't right. They're full of it.
He's eating pineapple on pizza. What's wrong with him?
No, oh man, that's one of Mike's favorite.
No, mine too. That's why he's saying
it. Explosive tests.
Yep.
Yeah.
I actually don't mind a Hawaiian pizza every now and then.
Huh?
I actually don't mind a Hawaiian pizza.
I like them
with ham and pineapple. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, that's the big debate between me and him. He don't like it. I do. So we just keep throwing it in each other's
Not all
face.
the time, but every now and then I do enjoy one.
Same here. That's not my choice pizza. Never. My choice pizza is like an everything, like the house special with all the stuff on it.
Pepperoni, sausage, mushroom, all that good stuff.
Yeah, peppers.
That is a good question. What is your go-to pizza?
That was mine. How about you, Chad?
Yeah, I'd say pepperoni, mushroom, sausage, and green peppers. That's my 4 big
There you
toppings.
go.
Yeah.
If it's on the menu, I like a Philly cheesesteak pizza. But if it's not on the menu, I'll go all meat pizza.
Like a meat lovers?
With light sauce.
Yeah.
And I'm at the age now to where a lot of tomato sauce messes up my stomach. So I don't like it.
That age.
we always go to food, but it's great. Who
we
don't like
do.
food?
We should just do food videos.
Maybe we just found our true calling. We'll do a channel.
Yeah.
It'll blow up. We'll have
We'll call it
10,000.
Mikes and Munchies.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty funny. I like that. Just
Yeah.
came up a new idea here. See?
In this video, I'm going to eat a pineapple pizza with the
Right.
SE 4100.
Yeah. Do you like pineapple on your pizza? Well, let me just say, Peter. No. Oh, that's funny. You never know. Could have created another question here. What do you think's what's the best advice you got on someone give you for YouTube in this year? Do you remember anything that stood out? That was the best thing ever.
For just we kind of touched on it already.
Okay.
But if you're wanting to do YouTube and you want to do this, just do it. Just do it and start putting it out there, because if you don't, you're never gonna mess up. And you got to mess up, because when you mess up, that's when you start getting better.
Okay. Don't wait till you think it's gonna be perfect, right?
Yeah. Do not wait for that,
because you're never going to be. I mean, there's always going to be room for
No.
improvement. So,
my advice was actually in some of my editing that I was putting out, especially on my microphone reviews. Like, I would start the video and there would be a long pause before I would start talking. My editing, I got some advice to shorten that down a little bit, to where there's not a long pause before you actually start talking. That, and like what Clay said, just go for it. Just say what's on your mind. Try not to be too you don't need to be too professional when doing it, because this is your channel. You speak how you want to speak, that sort of thing.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of good advice. It's kind of hard to say which one. I mean, there's a lot of things I've done to try to improve, each time, like you try to improve your title, you try to improve your thumbnail, you try to do that stuff. Search optimization, all that stuff. It's big, it's really big.
Yeah.
It's a big business too. So you got to be careful what advice you take while looking for some of that stuff.
That's the other thing. I was seeing some stuff, this guy's channel, and like things that you should be doing when you're posting your videos. Like, when you're posting a video, how you're going through all the tags, and that you're checking this and you're doing this, you're writing a description. Down further, there's a spot that was I can't remember what it was, some setting, and he was like, change this setting, because it's by default, it's only first alerting your subscribers. And if you change it to this other thing, it's gonna go out to every, like, all over YouTube, not just your subscribers. So I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna take this guy's advice, and I did it. And this is something me and Mike were talking about, because he saw the same thing and he started doing it. And for both of us, it was like worse. And he said in the video, he said that it's going to be a slow growth, but it's going to be a good organic growth. And we just both felt very uneasy with the fact that once we changed that setting, our next like 2 or 3 weeks, it was horrible. Like, we weren't getting very many views. We weren't getting no comments.
Right.
And we were like, ugh.
Well, I mean, let's face it, there's no real right way to do it, because YouTube changes their algorithm.
The algorithm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All the time.
How many
I would say the
now?
algorithm changes itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many see videos now? It's talking about new algorithm coming out, new algorithm, 2025 algorithm. It changes all the time.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking what feature you're talking about, Clay. I think it's the one where it says like notify or push to subscribers or something. It's under. There's two of them. One, you check one, and then there's one right underneath it.
Yeah.
I've heard conflicting things. Most people say, not or to always keep it checked. He says the only time you would uncheck it is if you post like several shorts a day, you might want to uncheck it, because you're gonna start annoying your subscribers, getting all these notifications all the time. That I can see. But he says if you post them once a day, once a week, leave it checked in, and that made sense. Because I mean, if no matter who you subscribe to, I don't want 10 ding 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 coming from the same.
So saying if you post once a day to uncheck it,
it's fine. No, to keep it checked. If you post several videos a day, especially shorts, because some people post 5 to 10 shorts a day, which I don't know how or why they would. But that's when they said you want to keep it unchecked, because you could start to, bother your subscribers getting all these notifications all the time. And that part I can see. It's kind of redundant, I guess. But I know it features. I can't think of how it's actually worded, but the only time you ever see it is when you're uploading a video.
Right.
Once it's uploaded, it's gone. I don't think you can go back and recheck it. I think it's
and it's like under the more features or something like that.
Yeah. Down there, kind of where you start putting your hashtag in and all that stuff. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. And another bad piece of advice that was going out this year, and I don't know if you guys ever watch Nick Nemeth. He's a very good YouTube guru. Well, he has this guy named Renee. I don't know what his last name, but Renee actually works at YouTube, the algorithm. He actually knows what he's talking about. So does Nick, but Renee actually work for YouTube. And they'll say to make sure your file name that you upload is the same name as your title name. And Renee says that has no bearing whatsoever. Nick said the same thing. No, that is not true. That has no bearing.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Mm-hmm.
I did it a couple times.
I started doing that. Doing that. And then I heard somebody say, no, that's not true. I can't remember who it was, but somebody that's not real big. And then I thought, I'm good. So I asked Nick. Nick had a live show one Saturday morning. So I got on or filled his form, asked him that question. And he said, hey, we got Renee on. And he's agreed with me. He goes, no, that does not affect the algorithm whatsoever. So not approved. So don't worry if your file name matches or not. I try to make my file name like what it's about, like, Seinfeld Diner. So that way I kind of know what I'm, what video is this? You know what I mean?
So for placement and editing.
But when I first heard that, I was like going back and trying to rename all these videos, and that was just a waste of time.
I actually have not heard of that one. So
I did.
Well, if you do, it does not work. So don't waste your time.
I've never done that. So
I wasn't either until I heard that.
Bother.
And I started hearing it again and again, and then when somebody said, "No, that's not true. It don't work," I go, "Well, who am I going to?"
But see, here's the problem that I have. Who's telling? Well, I don't think anybody's lying, but who's right?
Probably the person that works at YouTube.
I'm going to believe Renee works at YouTube. It says it doesn't matter. Yeah, because
I've through Think Media. There's been a couple things with this guy that you're talking about, I believe, because he's connected to them somehow, or they know him.
Yeah,
and because I've seen what you're talking about, not what you're talking about, but I've seen that guy.
Yeah,
and he works for YouTube, and there's a lot of things that I try to pick up from him.
Yeah, there's the people I trust when it comes to YouTube. I trust Nick Nemeth real well. I trust that Sean Cannell. Roberto Blake's another good one to listen to.
I don't watch him much. I should. My son's always telling me, watch Roberto Blake.
Yeah, they're really good because they've done it, they've lived it, and they know what they're doing. So I think you get a lot of good information from them. But there's just a lot of little tips that I try to pick up. But then when you start hearing conflicting things, I thought, well, like you say, what are you going to believe? So I asked him, I asked Nick because I trust him, and then he said no, and then Renee come on, and Nick even posted his comment on the screen. He says, no, that the file name has no effect on the algorithm whatsoever. So
that's good.
This is a case. Yeah, this is a case where there's too much information out there.
And that's another bad thing. Yeah. Exactly. Social media is also can turn around, and also, before there was not enough information. Now there's too much.
Yeah.
And it gets flooded. One person hears one thing and they immediately think, oh, okay, that's true. I'm going to say the same thing, then it just snowballs down.
It snowballs. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like that one thing, you whisper, something into somebody's ear and they whisper it, you go down the line and it's completely changed by the time it gets to the end. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that when I was in school. Yeah. I think it starts out like somebody built a tunnel underneath the ground. It was so big, you could have fit a B-52 bomber through there. The next thing you know, when it gets back to like the 10th person, it said, hey, did you know they transport our B-52s underground?
Yeah.
But you're right. It's that's the way it works.
It's distorted. Yeah.
Exactly. So did you guys reach any goals that you had set for 24? Or
I did. I reached my 1,000 subscriber goal that I set. Yeah. But that's really it. I'm still not monetized because I don't have the view. I don't have the hours watched. Like I got the subscribers, but I don't have the hours watched. So
I'm close.
I'm part.
Yeah, there you go.
There.
I'm close as far as goals go. I set a goal of 160 subscribers, which is not a lot on the Chronicles channel.
Mm-hmm.
And I just keep going 157, 155, 156, 154, 157.
One step forward, 2 steps back, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I think my goal was 500. I did that. I think I'm up like 700, so I'm like 7 66 or 765, somewhere in that area. So yeah, my goal next year for 25 is to hit 1,000. That's my.
It was a lot of work. It was a lot of,
It
taking
is.
my videos, going into like Facebook and posting in groups and stuff like that. So yeah, it took a lot of effort this past year to get there.
Yeah, if you look out, you get that one video that just hits real hard. Like I'm not a review channel, like you guys reviews. I did, but I when I had everybody talking about those Lark M2s, those little wireless microphones.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I said because I have my Osmo Action 4. I said, well, now does this work with this connection? And not one video I found did they try every connection. So I thought, well, there's a video, and I don't review stuff, but I did one. That when I went outside and hooked up the microphones, I connected to USB, to the 3.5 millimeter jack, through this receiver, every connection, it worked, which was kind of cool. And I've had several people comment that, man, I am so glad that you posted. I have no one has ever tested all these connections.
Gone through all of them.
Yeah, and I didn't really, and so I appreciate it. So I got a lot of good comments. Somebody goes, "Well, thanks to your video, I just went out and bought these Lark 2s." I was like,
well, there you go.
Should we have a brand name or something for that? But
that's what I want next. They work. They seem to work pretty good.
They are really, I love them. They are really, I like them because their size are real small.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now when you put the wind muff thing on it, they kind of, that wind muff's like twice the size of that, but
it's getting the job done.
Right. It's knocking down all that wind.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I really like mine. It really works real well. So like, I use those like if I'm going to be outside and walking around, if it's going to be like a lot of wind, but most time like indoors, I just use because the Action 4 has a great internal microphone. I think it sounds incredible. So I don't use it that much, unless it's going to be like kind of noisy or something. You may want to block out some of that background noise, but it just depends on the area where I'm at. So
yeah,
I use.
I want a pair. I want to try to do some more walk and talk stuff.
Yeah,
I've done it with my phone. So I have a new iPhone, and it's got a really cool feature that it's only in this. I've got the 16 Pro Max, and it's the only one. Well, the 16 is the only one that has it. I can alter the audio of any video that I take, and it has different settings, and one of them is called studio mode. And it's really amazing, actually. Like it almost sounds as good as a wireless lapel mic.
Nice.
And it goes from being a regular like cell phone audio quality to sounding like it was with a microphone.
Nice.
Yeah. But
it's really cool.
I still want to try the
yeah.
I like those little lav mics and things, but I don't use them very much, and I need to get out and start doing walk and talks and going out and doing content outside of the studio.
Right.
But
you don't have to make a new channel though, because you don't. This channel that you at least the gear review channel.
Yeah.
You're not going to do it other than testing stuff, which I loved the one where you were out in your backyard.
Yeah. No, it would be more like if I'm at a con or something like that. It would probably be more for the Mod Squad Network. That's where that would probably be more suitable for. Food reviews, because I can do that on Mod Squad Network. I kind of want to go out to like a bunch of different fast food restaurants and get their chicken sandwich and have me and my son rank them.
Oh, yeah. Chick-fil-A,
you should have did that with the Whopper thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the corn one and the
Mexican street corn. Did you see those, Chad?
Yeah, I saw the one that had
they
a
jalapeno
good? Ranch one or something. Yeah.
No,
I didn't
it was fried pickle. It was fried pickle.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, it was.
I never tried one, believe it or not.
Oh, the pickle ranch was so good.
It was good.
That's one I would have my eye on. I love pickle.
Yeah,
I like the Mexican street corn one too.
That one was my favorite. The Mexican street corn was good. Wasn't what I was thinking it was going to be. The barbecue one, nah.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling the barbecue.
No,
yeah.
It's kind of dry.
It's kind of been done before. I think it had a Western Whopper. Or something.
Yeah.
Barbecue sauce on it,
which was better than this one.
Yeah, but the ranch, the pickle ranch thing. Oh man,
I like how they even came out with the fried pickle fries that you could get on the side as well.
Yeah, those are good. I like those. Yeah, like Clay says, back to food. It always goes back to food.
Always back to food, man.
What's wrong?
Hey.
I like to eat,
We're just hungry kids, man.
Mike's and munchies, man.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, but no, like I said, I learned a lot this year. So what I learned, I'm just going to take all that knowledge with me and into 25 and not basically not make those same mistakes again.
Yeah.
Stay.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah. With the current knowledge you got, you're just going to get better. Okay. I'm going to do this. And like I said, my plans for next year, like I said, I've been making spreadsheets. Okay. I'm writing down all these locations I'm going to go to, and I'll find, there's new, and I'll put it in there. And so I have all these different places I'm going to go. Kind of gives me a kind of like a schedule or somewhere. Yeah. Because I'll see a place go, I never knew that even existed. So I'll immediately write it down, so that goes on my board. I got a lot of pretty cool places next year. So, and then I said, I also got me a new drone. Not a New Jersey drone.
Yeah.
It's so I'm going to up my game there a little bit. I'm gonna get some good aerial shots.
I think you picked up based on the picture I saw, the same one I have.
It is the Specta Mini, which is basically a DJI-2 in disguise. It's the same. It's the basically.
What is it?
It's a Specta Air is what it's called.
Oh, okay. I didn't know they made one that looks identical to mine.
It's basically a DJI-2 or a DJI Mini 4K. It's basically the same thing. The same,
I've always wanted a drone, and especially for fishing. Like, I used to fish the flats there in Florida a lot, and wish I had a drone to go out and be like, find the schools to work.
Yeah.
There's some things I'm going to do to try to improve my game a little bit. Yeah, that's that's a DJI, right?
Yeah, this is the Mavic Mini. And it looks exactly the same as what you should. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very similar to mine. I don't even.
Does it fold up the same?
Yes, exactly the same. Yeah, mine's still in the mine's in the box now. He's hibernating right now.
Now I got drone envy. Got drone envy now.
Now, you got to get on there. You got to get on there and do it now.
I got in trouble with the FAA. Yeah. Yeah, they basically slapped my wrist, but they tried to scare me. And I had done some pictures for the Little League for their opening day. And my wife's cousin, her husband, is on the Little, like, he's part of it. Mm-hmm. And he asked if I could do it. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, how much? And I said, well, I really can't charge you on the books. Right. So don't worry about it. I'll just do it. And he was like, no, we got to pay you. And I'm like, seriously, like, if you can't give me cash, don't pay me. And I never did get paid. They wanted to give me like $100. And I was like, listen, cash only. But if you can't. So I did some pictures. And then just as a courtesy, I put together a little video, and gave it to them. And they loved it, man. They were just like floored, like, oh, this is so great.
It probably was nice.
Yeah.
And, well, I mean, it was mediocre, but they thought it was the cat's meow, and I was like, well, here you go. Somebody on the Little League or something saw that video and those pictures and turned us into the FAA, because I'm guaranteeing that person that saw us is probably a Part 107 permit holder, a certificate holder. I don't have that. And there's a lot of people out there, like photographers and stuff, that have drones, that have gone and gotten all their licensing, and they want to make sure everybody else is going through the same thing that they had to go through.
Okay.
So they turned us in. They turned in the Little League, and then when the Little League was contacted, obviously they were like, well, there was this guy. We didn't do it, because they scared them too.
Right.
And then they contacted me through email. I gave the guy my phone number so many times, but he wouldn't call me. He just kept going through email. Probably because he wanted to keep a track record.
Right. And was it because you're flying over people? Is that what they said?
Yep. Because I was flying over people without permission, and I didn't have a Part 107 certificate. And I was like, well, first of all, I said, I didn't charge anybody for this what you're talking about. I said, so I don't need a Part 107. And he knew I had him. And he was like, well, you need permission, blah, 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 blah. We could fine you up to, it was like, I don't know, $80,000. And I'm like, dude, please don't fine me. Like, I am a recreational flyer, and somebody asked me to do a favor, and I did it. I said, and you're turning this into like like this could be a nightmare for me.
Like he's
and
taking secret picture of military base missiles or something.
Yeah. And he just kept getting pushier and pushier and pushier.
Right.
And I ended up having to do a trust certificate, which I highly, highly, highly suggest you go do.
Yeah, it's free. I've seen that. Yeah.
Do it yourself online at home. If you sit down and do it, I did it from start to finish in about an hour and a half, and I was done. And you don't have to pay for it. It's free. But you'll get a trust certificate, which allows you to fly as a recreational pilot.
Okay. Plus, this thing's
real light too. Charge, huh?
Yeah, it's real light too. It's under 250 grams, so I won't need any kind of registration or anything on it.
Right. You don't have to register it because if it's under 250.
Right.
Even if you had to register it, it's not even expensive. I think it's $5 or $10.
Right. I'll show you that drone.
Yeah, that looks exactly the same.
Yeah, that's the one I got. And that there that you see there, that's the skin that's going to go on. It's been custom made for that little guy. So I'm gonna put that on tomorrow because I'm gonna have all afternoon to do it tomorrow. I'm gonna put it all down there and make it look real good because I thought how cool it'd be to have a camo drone. That's just too sweet.
It's nice. Just be careful. Like I said, make sure you get that trust certificate because they do scan YouTube looking for stuff.
Yeah, I got you.
And now is that drone? Is it use GPS?
No, it's not the geofencing or anything like. Oh, it's got GPS on it, so you can track
GPS,
auto return, and all that stuff.
Okay, so chances are you've got a remote ID. All right, and that's how they track every single move you make with those things. So I just don't want you to get in trouble.
Right. and they might even be on the lookout for more for all the stuff that's going on out
here. Yeah. And then, you just putting in a little bit of cinematic footage into your videos could.
Chad, we need to talk here.
Yeah.
I just know you can't fly them in national parks. That's true. That's another thing you can't do in national park.
I'm curious on when you put that camo on, how you're going to be able to see the drone. So
right. I'll have to listen for it. I think I hear it.
Does that have? How are you going to see it?
Yeah, I think I hear
blends in with the sky.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, when you get certain height, they start to disappear a little bit, and that's one thing that they tell you is.
I opened up. I can't believe how small that little thing was. It was like just I was like, oh my god, that thing is tiny.
Yeah, it's smaller than your phone when it's all folded up. Does yours fold up?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just make just like you had there. So, let me see here. Hold on, just a second. I'll grab it right here.
Yeah. Probably should have muted before I did that. It's so loud.
You see, I have to go very far.
Wow.
See. But yeah, folds up just like yours does.
Dude, that is it's identical.
Yeah, it is a DJI 2 or 4K body. Without the labeling, because I watched several guys that are master drone people that know what they're doing, and they said the same thing. They go, it's basically DJI, and it flies just like a DJI. It works just like a DJI. So, and it's like half the price of it. I only paid $200 for this. That's it.
That's perfect.
Yeah, that's a cute little guy though.
I paid $500.
No, I want one.
Yeah, you gotta get. But I open this up.
They're fun.
That little thing is so small.
These drones aren't. When I say fun, it's fun because we like to make videos, and you can use it to get good cinematic little shots to add to your videos, like just B-roll.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. Fly over.
It's not gonna. It's not gonna fly like a stunt drone. It's not. It's not something that you're gonna be out there with your tongue hanging out. It doesn't fly like that.
Right. Yeah.
I've seen some of those drone races. Those are fun to watch.
Yeah.
That's a whole different beast right there. Yeah.
And they got those ones I think like around Christmas time where they make light shows. They got all these drones in there at the same time. That's just amazing. I mean,
those are mostly being ran by one person.
Oh my gosh.
I would much rather watch a drone light show than fireworks.
Yeah.
They're cool. Yeah, less loud and
that'd take a lot of yeah, that would be interesting though to see.
Yeah, they run off a program. So one person can control the whole.
I have no idea how that works.
Yeah. And it's all they do a pre-flight it's a pre-mapped flight.
Okay.
They just put in coordinates, and all the drones are set a certain amount of space apart on the ground. They hit go. They all go up. They go where they're supposed to go and do what they're supposed to do. They just follow a prompt. That's it.
Well, I think now for 2025 on YouTube, I think Kevin's going to get him a drone.
Yeah.
Hey, you may see one.
I can't wait.
I'll like take down a monitor and just hover the drone right in front of me here and do a
that'd be your camera.
Yeah.
That'd be your camera.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be funny to see.
Put a noise gate to try to eliminate the buzz.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah,
they do have who is it? Somebody, maybe it's DJI with one of the newer drones and with the software that you use for flying it and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And some microphone that they came out with, like a lav mic. They've come up with something where you sync the mic with the drone, and you can get all your audio off of the mic instead of, because drones don't have mics, because all you'd hear is
right.
Exactly. But they've found a way with software to get all of that noise out of there, and you just hear them talking
as the drone's flying.
Yeah, and then you can like set it to follow me, and have it so many feet away, and it'll just walk with you if you want to do like a walk and talk video, and it'll film you.
That's pretty wild.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's the DJI. I think it's the newest one.
Yeah, they're pretty much they got the market on those drones, as far as the technology and everything. But yeah, it's got the 4K 3-axis gimbal camera on it, so provides real steady shots. So
that's what this one's not 4K. This one's 2.4K.
Okay, yeah, 2.7.
Yeah, that
2.7. Yeah,
whatever he said.
Oh boy. So I knew we'd get talking about drones eventually, but
yeah.
Crazy. But that's one thing I did get from my channel. Next year I want to do that. Like I said, then I made the spreadsheet, so make it a little bit easier. So I have kind of more of a game plan on where I'm going to go next year and what I'm going to do, and film things. So
good idea. I'm kind of trying to think of a way to apply that to what I do. I write stuff down. I have a notepad that I just keep right here, and I'm constantly writing stuff.
A lot of people get their video ideas like off of comments. Somebody asks a question on a comment, or what about this? And if you don't know, say that's great. That's a great topic. Have to check into that. A lot of people have done that. So, but yeah, there's a lot.
I'm probably the most disorganized person I know. So yeah, I don't really write things down. So I need to.
Yeah.
Even in school,
I would say
I was never a note taker.
You're not the most disorganized, because when I watch your videos, they all follow the exact same thing every single time. Like his transitions, like you do things like you stick to a rhythm, like you stick to a.
You find something that works.
That's not disorganized completely.
And your viewers are used to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they come for, known for. If you just change it drastically, they'd be like, "What the?"
Depends on what I'm reviewing. Yeah. Depends on what I'm reviewing. Yeah.
It never stays the same. I always try something new. I always trying something, because I'm not organized at all.
Yeah, I actually write. I say write it down. I actually put it on a Word or Excel document, type it out so I can read it later, because my writing's terrible. And I could just see 3 months from now, go, what was I saying? What is this?
What am I talking about?
Yeah, my writing's terrible, so I type it in, so that way I know I'll be able to read it later on.
My worst thing is I'll think of something while I'm out and about and I have nothing to write on. I need to start like sending myself messages on Messenger or something.
Voice memos, man.
Yeah, voice memos.
Yeah,
I do that. I use my voice memos. I can actually just tell Siri to start a voice memo, and I don't even got to touch the phone, and then just start talking, and some
that's
ideas.
A good idea. Yeah, that's a real good idea. Like if you don't have like back in the day before these cameras and these microphones, like if you want to record something really without being seen,
you had to have one of those.
Just hit camera on your phone. It's kind of overkill on just recording something like a conversation, but you still get it. You just
in that case, just get yourself a mount, and that's your video.
Yeah,
there you go.
You remember those old little voice recorders. I remember those. Yeah, a lot of people use that for EVPs. When they ghost hunt. Because they only record if somebody's talking. They won't record if they're not. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I remember going back so far as to the Talk Boy, the one that used to play, and it was like a kid's toy, but you used to play with it that way. You talk into it and record something, and then hide it in a room and play it back later when the parent comes in or something, to kind of freak them out.
Yeah, right.
Is that what Kevin had on the?
Yeah, Home Alone or.
Did he have a Talk Boy?
Yeah, there's a Talk Boy.
Yeah, I thought so.
So it makes you think make your parents think you're home, but you're really not.
Yep.
Yeah. Wait, I know you're out here. I hear you somewhere. Yeah, that's pretty funny. I don't remember that one at all.
I saw it in that movie, but I didn't know it was a real thing.
Oh yeah, that was a real thing. Oh yeah.
That's how ironic that you had one of those and your name's Kevin.
Listen, Home Alone has made me hate that movie. The little has made me hate that movie so much.
Well, now that I got you on here and you a lot of old retro, what is your favorite 80s movie?
Oh, that one's easy. Back to the Future. Back to the Future.
I figured so. Yeah, that's a one.
I mean, I got it tattooed on me. That's my Back to the Future tattoo. Yeah.
Oh, it's the car.
Yep.
Nice.
The car, the 88 miles per hour. 88 miles per hour. The hoverboard. Kind of like a little montage.
There you go. Did you ever go out to the mall out there in California?
No, I've never been. That's one of the places I've wanted. I've never been to any of the places that it's been filmed because I've lived on the other side of the country, and
that's it. Yeah, I know how that is. But I guess I think they might be tearing that down soon. So if you're ever interested, you might want to get out there pretty soon if you can.
Yeah, because malls are all dying.
I think I think they're going to somebody's going to redevelop that or something like they do. Probably housing, like they put everything else in.
I wouldn't be surprised. Would not be surprised.
Hilldale Estates.
Yeah, there you go. That'd be pretty cool.
What's going to happen is there's going to be a lot of Back to the Future fans come out there, and once they destroy it, they'll be like taking little pieces of rock from the rubble and be like, "Oh, I got a piece of."
You seen on eBay?
Yeah.
Own a piece of history.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know how that is. It's like here we go back to food again. Like that McRib sauce. When that McDonald's sold at McRib sauce. In November for a little while, and it was sold out like within hours when it went online, and then people selling eBay for like $150, $180. They're hiring a kite. Who's going to pay that for that? It's only like $20, I think, for a big jug of it. Who the heck's going to pay $180 for that?
There'll be people who do. There'll be people who do.
I mean, I saw it on there. It's like, oh my gosh, I knew that happened.
Yeah.
Do you like the McRib?
I actually do. I gotta admit, I do.
It's all right. It's not bad.
I like making them at home. Like they have the McRib style things that you can get from the frozen section in the stores, and I'll go out and give me some buns and
years ago.
Pickles.
BJ's, I think it was BJ's Wholesale Club. We got it from in Florida. They had the whole sandwich frozen. You can buy like a case of them. They weren't McRib. They were just a rib sandwich, but it was exactly the same thing. Had barbecue rib patty, pickles and onions, and
they were McRibs, not McRibs.
Microwave ribs.
Yeah, right.
McRib.
That's pretty good.
That's what they were. Yeah, but they were good. They were. I mean, for me, the McRib is not. It's not a showstopper. It's not
something I'm a way to get or anything.
It's good, but it's not. Yeah.
I can't wait. I know we kind of slid back into food here, but
we did.
The one item I wish McDonald's would bring back, the very one, the Arch Deluxe. I used to love their Arch Deluxe. They had it out as a very short time. They tried to make it like the grown-up burger, but it was delicious.
I can't remember that. I can't remember
what was it? Because there's something you can get around here that I'm betting is the same. What was it?
It just had like it was a regular burger, but I think
like
it was
the
more
size. What size was it? The size of like the double cheeseburgers?
It was like the size of the quarter pounder with cheese.
Oh, okay.
Like that.
I think I remember that sandwich, and it had like a different kind of sauce on it, didn't it?
Yeah, it had a different type of sauce, and I think the burger had like more seasoning on it or something like that. It was so
I
good.
feel about that till you mentioned it. Yeah.
There's around here anyway. I found out through somebody, and I asked about it. You can get it. It's not on the menu, but if you go up to the drive-through or walk in, and you ask for the daily double, and it's a double cheeseburger on the regular double cheeseburger bun, but it has real onions, pickles, lettuce, tomato, and mayo.
At McDonald's?
At McDonald's, the daily double. Try asking for the daily double. See if they got it.
Well, they have a secret
And
menu.
it's a double
Yeah.
cheeseburger.
You remember the McDLT? They had the hot and the cold on
Yeah.
one side, kind of big white styrofoam thing.
That
have
was
a cold side.
perfect.
That was kind of a neat little sandwich.
It was.
Yeah.
Do you remember Taco Bell having burgers?
No, but I remember reading that somewhere. And I go, when did that ever happen? I don't remember.
It was more of a sloppy Joe, but it was yeah, they had burgers.
Was it like taco meat?
Yeah.
Ooh,
I don't remember that.
That actually sounds good. A sloppy Joe with taco meat.
I think it was a bell. They called it like a bell burger.
I don't remember that at all.
I remember Burger King having tacos.
I see. I don't remember that.
And they were awful.
They couldn't. I say that couldn't have been very good.
Awful.
Like, yeah, that doesn't sound.
It was a hard taco shell, but it was like, and I tried them like a couple times because first time I'm like, all right, this must have been, maybe it was a mistake. I'm gonna try again.
Yeah, right.
And it was the same way again. The hard shell was like too hard. It was like eating wood. Like a slice of maple.
Just stick with what you're good at, I guess.
or hickory. Yeah. It was just awful.
This tastes like my cabinets.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cabinets.
I don't know if I remember that or not. That's not ringing a bell either. Oh, well, that's funny. Think about all the food back in the day, the things that they used to get and things that you have, but not anymore,
Choco tacos. I haven't seen a Choco taco in a long time.
No. Supposedly they still make them somewhere, but
yeah,
I don't ever see them.
Yeah. Old retro food days.
Yeah, that was the highlight of going to Taco Bell. You could get dessert, and it was a taco.
Like Coke too. Remember the new Coke?
Oh yeah.
Coke for the new generation.
Oh my God, that backfired big time.
Wasn't it called New Coke for a long time?
Yeah,
too?
it was just, then they said some people were complaining they didn't like it, so they brought back Coke Classic and eventually just discontinued the other stuff because it wasn't that good. Because Coke has a distinct taste. Why do you want to be like somebody else?
Coke has a big bite to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Coke is the only one that I would like to have ice, like have it in a glass with ice. Whereas Pepsi, I don't really need it because if you put ice in Pepsi, it kind of makes it watered down. But if you put ice in Coke, it's still nice, crisp, and
that's true.
Yeah, they got talking about food. It's like, man, didn't we get enough?
We're gonna talk about our year journey.
Yeah, what was the best food you had in year in review? Next live podcast will be the food review.
We really should.
Terry Black's barbecue. That's for my year in review in food. Yeah, Terry Black's barbecue.
Is that a local place down there?
Yeah, it's here in Texas. There's a few of them. There's a couple of them, but man, do it. I highly suggest looking up Terry Black's barbecue on YouTube. Like you'll see like Brits tried Terry Black's barbecue in Austin or something like that, and they have a beef rib. I kid you not. It looks like a dinosaur bone. It is huge. It is massive, but it is so good.
Now, I do a lot of. I watch a lot of that Meat Church barbecue on YouTube. He's real good. Yeah, but it makes me so hungry. It's like, oh my God, it looks so good.
I'm getting hungry now.
Yeah, see how you are. All right, call a pizza place. Let's order a pizza.
Yeah, get some pineapple pizza
with cherries.
Yeah. There's a place in town that has cherries on it.
On a pizza.
Yeah, on the pineapple pizza.
That's the face I made. That's the exact same face I made.
Listen. That's the face I made when I saw it, but they brought me out a piece and I tried it and it was good. But then did I post a video yet that shows? I don't know if I did. I don't want to say nothing. I thought I did. I've got one that's got a dig on it towards Kevin.
I don't think you've posted it. If you have, I haven't seen it. I think I've seen most of your videos.
All right, then I can't say no more.
No, well, that is disclosure. That's classified information here.
Yeah. But
yeah,
cherries, maraschino cherries.
I don't know.
No, it's not bad. It's if you Chad's one of those people that he likes to try all kinds of different foods.
I do. I mean,
you'd try. I did the same thing. I was at this pizza place. It's called New York Pizza. What's the guy? Barstool Pizza Reviews. I can't remember his name. You ever seen that?
I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
he's all over YouTube.
7.5. It's a 7.5.
Yeah, that guy. He went to this place, and it's right in town here. He went to it, and everybody was ecstatic because we're like, this is no man's land. Like nobody comes here. We're just a little town, And he went there and did it, not on this pizza, but point being, he's been to this place, so they're on the map, And I was eating at a table with my daughter and somebody else, her boyfriend, and the people across from us got one of these delivered to their table, and it was ham, pineapple, and cherry. And I didn't know what the heck the cherries were because all I saw was this bright red things, and I'm like, what is that? Tomatoes? Like what? So I asked them what it was, and they're like, no, that's cherries. And I'm like, cherries on a pizza? And they said, hang on, and they went and got me a slice and brought it out, and I tried it, and it was good. You ever had a baked ham with pineapple and cherries?
Pineapple I have, yeah, that's good on pineapple's good on pizza and ham
if
too.
You Google baked ham, I guarantee you, do it right now, either one of you're gonna get a picture of a ham with pineapples and cherries.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Baked ham?
Yeah, just Google a baked ham. Just look up images of a baked ham. You're gonna see pineapple and cherries.
I've seen it a bunch of times.
Yeah,
it still don't belong on pizza.
Here we go.
And that's what's on that pizza.
Right there.
Look at.
There we go.
Oh yeah, right there, right in the middle.
Let's see. Scroll down here and let's see. We got. Look, there you go.
Yeah,
baked ham with pineapple recipe. There you go. And there's one over here.
Yeah,
with pineapple and cherries. Yeah,
well, I think ham is. I think ham and poultry are very good with a fruit-based, rub or sauce. I think it goes very
juices,
well with that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's the premise, though, of these pizzas. With it is
the sweet and savory.
That same idea. I will tell you this: the cherry thing, it's not something I would do all the time.
No,
it's too sweet. Like, it's good, but it's like, once is enough.
Yeah, I don't like overly sweet things either. That's just something I don't like. Like I like sweet potatoes, but I don't want that marshmallow and syrup and all. I don't want
same
all that
here.
I
can't even eat like a whole order of like sweet potato fries. Or a whole sweet potato, like a baked potato. I can't do the whole thing. It's just too much. Yeah, I have a couple bites and that's it.
I can't do that anyway. I'm diabetic. Having all that starch would freaking shoot my sugar through the roof.
Yeah, we don't want that. We don't want that. But
there we go.
But
Old
you're right.
Talking about I got the diabetes.
You were right, Clay. There you called it. And there it was. There's the proof. We saw at least 3 or 4 version pictures.
Because I feel like when I tell the story, when everybody's reactions come at me, I'm like, hey, like it's not me.
But it was ham, it wasn't pizza.
Right. But on that pizza is ham, pineapple, and cherries.
Well, the dumbest thing when I was younger, up until probably 20 years ago, I would not eat guacamole completely based on how it looked. That is that looks disgusting. And I thought, that's so dumb. I tried it, and now I'm so mad at myself. I love guacamole now.
I love guacamole.
Oh my God. Man. I thought, what was I thinking?
Yeah.
So
we have a Moe's.
Yeah, we go there. We go there Mondays a lot. Yeah.
And the one thing I hate hearing from them is, the guacamole is extra. And I'm like, I know, I still want it. Like, stop threatening me.
There, get it.
Yeah.
Guac is so good.
Oh,
I like making my own. guac.
Yeah, it's so good.
Chunky.
So good.
I like having big pieces of avocado in it that hasn't been mashed up.
Mexican restaurant over here that'll make it real fresh, almost practically right at your table. It's fresh. It's not the pre-made stuff, and it's oh my god,
that's
the
great.
best. It's the best
love
when it's fresh
good.
made.
Man,
Yeah.
throw me some tortilla chips and some
I'm
of
like-
that homemade stuff.
I'm like, I look at my wife and say, "Well, what are you gonna have? You know, bring it over here. What are you gonna eat?
This
man?"
is for me.
Right? It's so good.
They got that the homemade that and then the homemade queso, like real queso. Have you ever seen real queso?
Oh, yeah.
It's like cheesy. It's not this
Yeah.
runny stuff that we get in the States.
No. It's almost like it's almost like string cheese.
You could grab a hold of
Yeah.
it.
Oh, is it really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't know
That's
that.
what real queso is like. We had some in there was this restaurant we went to in Aruba. It was great.
Well, I'm the only one that when somebody says Aruba, the next thing I want to hear is Bahama.
Aruba, Jamaica.
Yeah.
Ooh, I
Wanna take
Well,
it
we
to
actually,
Bahama.
and the song's called Kokomo. We got a town of Kokomo just like 20 minutes away from me.
Kokomo, yeah.
Mhm.
And I remember somebody asked them, the Beach Boys, "Did you know there was a Kokomo in there?" They go, "We had no idea when we made that song." But yeah, so yep, there is. There's a Kokomo. There's a Kokomo, Indiana, about 20 minutes away. Not
Oh,
far
no
now.
kidding.
Yeah, it's not
That's
on a
great.
beach. It's definitely not on a beach, but it's named Kokomo.
If you haven't gone to Aruba, I highly recommend it. It's I loved it. It's cool.
Yeah.
Never been.
Yeah, it's cool. And you can take kids if you wanted to. There's not a lot of amusement parks or anything like that.
Okay.
It's really more of an adult-based place, but that you could take your kids. It's a nice place. The beaches are crazy, man. Because one side of the island, the beaches are like the ocean is like a glass.
Mm.
It's like barely any waves, and you can walk way out, and it's only like 5 feet deep. It's kind of neat, yeah.
No, I'm not walking way out. Sorry.
Yeah.
Nope.
Sharks live in the water.
Yeah, no, I'm the same.
Mhm.
That's what I always want to say.
Get
There's
real uneasy.
there's two things that are totally preventable in life as far as dying: shark attack and skydiving accident.
Yeah,
Totally preventable. 100% preventable.
Exactly.
it doesn't have to happen.
Exactly. You can avoid those 100%. Don't go in the water. Don't get an airplane and jump.
I'll get in the water, but I'm going to be.
I gotta see the bottom.
Yeah, well,
I know.
even if I see the bottom, sharks
but-
can be in 2 feet of water.
Yeah,
If
that's
I
the
can
thing
see the
too.
bottom
yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
30 feet down, that's still scary.
You ever
It-
seen those
it
videos
is.
of hammerheads attacking things right on
Yeah,
shore?
they practically
no.
beach themselves to do it.
Yeah.
Like, mm-mm.
And
We
those aren't-
swam in this little lagoon there on the other side of the island. That's real rough water, but in this lagoon, it was pretty kind of like your normal beach because it was in a lagoon, like a little cove,
Mhm.
and the water was just like they say in the it's crystal clear. That's exactly what it was, like blue, clear
Nice.
water. The sand was like smooth as a baby's butt. There was no sharp, jagged spots or rocks.
Right.
And I swam out with our tour guide. He wanted to swim out far, and it was like big waves. And when we got out to a certain point, he said right where we were was about 30 to 40 feet deep, and you look down in the water and you can see the bottom from that far away. It's how clean and clear it was.
Like it is
then-
in the Keys. Yeah.
It was like the minute he told me how deep it was, I was like,
Mhm.
I gotta get back to shore.
Yeah, that makes me a little nervous.
I was fishing in Florida one time, tarpon fishing, and there's like this pass right there. And where this pass is, there's also like a swimming area not that far away, but it's known for tarpon. And there's boats everywhere when it's tarpon season. And I seen this one guy hook a tarpon, and a hammerhead came and got it and took it into the swimming area to eat it. So yeah, it's not safe if you're in in the water. You're in there with sharks. That's just
Wow.
You're in there with the bait and then
yeah.
shark.
You are the bait.
Yeah.
You are the bait.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What can
I
we
know.
get this? You're in the water, cage in the water, shark in the water.
There you go. We're gonna need a bigger boat.
Yep. Great movie. Oh my god.
Oh,
Well, and just like I wade fish a lot here in rivers and stuff. I would never wade fish in Florida. No way.
No, I used to go swimming in the lakes in
Huge
Florida growing up.
alligators and
Yeah.
crocodiles around.
I did.
No, I'm
Yeah.
out.
I
I'm
went
out.
swimming in them.
Yeah,
We
I'm
used
out.
to go to this lake, and people would come out there, friends of mine. Well, this is when I was a teenager. Other teenagers had boats, and we would pull each other on like boogie boards and inner tubes and stuff. And we would go to the back part of this lake, and we would always do this. We would do a circle around, and because it was cool, because it was kind of clear, and that's where all the gators were. They were in the back part of that lake because nobody was back there, and the gators just want to be left alone. But when we're getting pulled behind a boat, you're on a inner tube, skipping across the water, and you can see them all down in the water, all just chilling out, and you're like, oh, if I fall off of this tube, But
I'm not playing that.
I wouldn't do it now, but as a teenager, I didn't care.
Yeah, you're feeling invincible when you're that young.
Oh yeah, definitely. I used to I used to go on nature walks there at a place called Circle B Bar Reserve, and they have this portion to where it's a trail, but there's a lake on one side and there's like a little marsh on the other, and you're walking down the middle of it, and there's gators throughout that whole thing. And I'm not talking little 3-footers. I'm talking 6 to 8 footers, just hanging out, chilling.
Yeah,
it's cool to see.
Yeah,
but it can be a little
fascinating. Yeah. Like I love Shark Week. I love gators, but I don't want to be in the water with them. I can watch them all day long
and run them over. Because my dad had a really cool airboat. It was an old one. He actually had an airplane engine, a Continental, and we'd be just hauling butt down these canals to go. He would find a place to go fishing, is what he was doing. But these little canals were small. They were like 6 foot wide. The water was not very wide, not very deep. Just like a couple inches to a couple feet deep, and that's it. And you'd see gators in the water as we're coming, and they wouldn't move. They just sit right there in the water, and we just boom right over them, and it pisses them off.
Yeah,
when you go over them, they come up from underneath the boat, and they're all thrashing around, all mad. But then we would stop the boat and just get out. My dad would be like, all right, get out. I'm going to go fishing. And there's gators like 10, 12 feet away from me. And I was like, we don't have to worry about them. And he's like, no, not right now, because it's not the certain
not
season.
Mating season. Yeah, it's not mating season.
When they're hatching and they've got hatchlings, you don't want to be around them.
That's when you hear mostly about the gator attacks and stuff like that, because it's during mating season.
I had no idea. I see them in the water, they can have it. Same with a snake. If snake's near a tree or something, out, I'm gone.
Snakes are different. Snakes will attack you.
I don't.
Snakes will come at you.
Don't mess around with snakes. They freak me out, because the problem with snakes is I don't see them until like almost right on them, or it's right on time. You don't hear them. Yeah, you don't hear them. You don't see them. They blend in. It's like I was pulling this hose at a friend's house, and we was pulling this hose out, and there's had this big old bush like right here on my side, and I'm sitting there pulling. I just have to look over, and there's a snake right here. I just dropped out there.
I'd ran too.
He's like, well, why ain't the hose moving? Hey, what's going on over there? And then he keeps me around. I go, there's a snake over there. Nope, not going around. He can have that bush. I have no idea what kind it was. I just know it was a snake, and that was all I could see. I don't worry about, if red touches black, it's good. Red touches yellow, bad. I thought, I ain't got time to look for that close. I'm getting the heck out of there,
No, growing up in Florida, you learn to look at the head. If it's a diamond head, you run. If it's rounded, you're fine.
You talking about the coral snakes and the king snakes?
Yeah, I ain't got time to look for that close yet. Colors.
Is it yellow over red? You're dead. Red over yellow.
Yellow and red. Yeah, or yellow red kill a fella. I think it's yellow black good for Jack or something like that.
I can never get that straight. Anytime I see any of those combinations, I'm not even worrying about it.
It's all bad. It looks if it's that close, it's all bad.
Yeah, I don't want to take a chance, man.
No, exactly. Like, is that poison in there or not? I ain't taking a chance.
But as far as like rattlesnakes versus rat snakes, or any vipers versus garden snakes, if it's got a rounded head, you're fine. If it's a arrowhead shaped like a diamond, that's when you're That's when you're in trouble.
Right. Yeah. That's wild. But we've got way off topic, haven't we?
Yeah, we're talking about snakes, gators,
food, snakes, gators. You know.
Have you seen our shows? We go off topic.
Yeah, right.
Have you seen our shows?
I think that happens a lot too, especially at night. You get talking random stuff. It all happens, but
it's okay.
It is exactly. That's what it's about. Hey, just get talking and sharing stories and
that's one of the things that is starting to bug me. And I was telling Kevin today that I'm probably going to remove my Chronicles channel from the live posts, the live we do, because I use vidIQ, and I've been noticing that it thinks my Chronicles channel is a gear review channel. It doesn't say that, but all of the stuff that it is telling me and showing me is all based around gear reviews. And I'm like,
okay.
That's not right. So I'm thinking about not putting that on there anymore. I started putting it on there when me and him started doing that, just to hopefully get some views and get a good crowd, But I don't know.
It would make sense for you to condense it down just to one channel, as far as the budget podcasting reviews go. Yeah. And keep Chronicles mainly for your in-depth thoughts and.
Well, I think that might be what's slowing the growth down on that channel a little bit, is because
it could be confusing the algorithm. It's not
the algorithm is like, he posts every week about gear reviews and podcasting, so you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's pumping it out to people that are interested in gear reviews, not Chronicles stuff. Like not personal growth, and I don't know. That's just something I thought about.
That's why because at that point in time, I knew about that stuff. Like you said, you don't want to get too talk about this, and this, because then YouTube's not going to know what you're doing. And that's why I was hesitant. Well, should I even do this review? But I thought, well, I'm going to relate it to vlogging and stuff, cameras, things you use. And I thought and I took a chance on it. It did fairly well. I don't think it hurt me too bad because I got a lot of response on it. So
good. Yeah, and that's another thing I don't like.
I thought about, I was like, is this going to affect it or not? Now if I have a thing like you said, if I have a thing, I'll start, cooking or talking about car repair, that might throw off the algorithm a little bit.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, maybe do a new channel for that.
Yeah, fixing.
I just
a truck.
I get frustrated with this whole niche down thing, like especially with the Chronicles. I like to talk about a lot of different stuff, so. How do I niche that down? And that's where I came up with just recently over the past couple of days, that personal growth thing.
I think, like you talked about earlier, I think niching down, like people have personal growth, but they'll add an age on it, over 40, over 50, or something like that to kind of make it further, like fitness channels, if you say, okay, fitness for 40 and over or 50 over, I think that kind of niche it down, because your body at 50 ain't gonna react like it did when you're 15 or 20. So maybe that's what.
Maybe. My body now don't react to 15 minutes ago. So
well, that's true, but
I just don't like that part, because there's a lot of stuff that I want to do.
Right.
But then I'm but I can't, because I got to follow the one niche. I got to follow one thing, and I'm like, all right.
I think you get too broad, but I think you can get too narrow, because if you talk about the same thing over and over, I think it could get kind of boring. It'd be hard to stay motivated to put out.
It would get stale.
Yeah, but videos consistent. Because it's like, you can only talk about this for so long. But like you said, but if you do like review channels, electronics, that's wide open. There's so much electronics. That's never you're never gonna run out of topics.
Yeah.
But some niches can get to be like, okay, that's the same. It's the same. What more can I say about knitting or something? You can only say so much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it's like, okay,
no, I do.
You might make a different item, but it's still the same concept. That's how I kind of view. I think you got to kind of find a happy medium. I think we want to be more closer to the strict side than the broad, but I don't think you want to go too strict, because I think even your audience will be like, okay, is this all we're going to get on here?
Right.
That's all they're going to talk about.
That's what I feel like. Yeah.
Yeah. That's my take. I mean, who am I? I'm not a YouTube guru, but what I've been what I see out there, and I'm kind of learning. That's how I'm kind of seeing it as. So,
yeah.
And I know, and they've said it too. A vlogging channel, it's a lot of fun. I have a lot of different places I can go, but they're the slowest growing channels, because you just you don't get many people searching for haunted cemetery as you do let's review what about this, how do I fix this, how do I do that, because people go on YouTube mostly to look up answers to problems, how to do the how to, because I learned a lot on YouTube. I how to fix stuff, repair stuff.
Yeah.
This is my go-to. YouTube is my go-to answer for a lot of things.
It is, exactly. So that's why they say, I've talked to, that Nick. He says vlogging's it's a slower growing channel. It's fun. It's never ending really as far as topics, but he says it does have slower growth usually because, it's not as much search based as a lot of other things can be,
Right.
And so there's ups and downs and whatever you would decide you want to go to, that's how
it's so dynamic. And I think you aren't gonna know the answers, or at least for me, I'm not gonna know the answers that I'm trying to find out until that day comes where something of mine goes and my numbers start going up. That's the only time I'm gonna learn.
Right. Yeah, like a couple years ago, I went out to the air show and I took a Huey helicopter ride, because I never rode in helicopter before, so I wanted to go on that. So I went on that, and I posted that video blew up bigger than any other video I ever did. And I didn't do a whole lot of talking. It's just me up,
And it's not like you can do that all the time.
Yeah, just showing the view in the helicopter. It got 20,000, over 20,000 really fast. I'm like, man, but yeah, like you said, yeah. It's expensive to sit there and take pride in those old vintage aircraft.
Yeah, like you can't do that over. I had my gear review channel, before I changed the name to a gear review channel, I had posted back in like 2016. I posted a vlog, 2017, somewhere around there. I posted a vlog, and it wasn't even about me. It was about my stepdaughter, and she was getting 5 teeth removed, like in one procedure.
Yeah,
and I did a full day vlog. The video I think ended up being like 15 to 20 minutes long, but I vlogged the whole day, different moments. And that video, if I go look at it right now, I think that video it's over 200,000 views.
Wow. Yeah.
And it brought me from 180 subscribers to 900 subscribers in like a month. And then it pushed me up past that 1,000 subscriber mark,
right?
But it's just kind of hovered right around there because I didn't put in a lot of effort. I have noticed that it's growing now that I've started doing more gear reviews.
That's good. Yeah, and that weird how it's like the one viral video.
That one video, I can't do that over and over. Like how many little girls do I know that are going to get 5 teeth?
Or anybody? Yeah, I'll go to the get teeth pulled for you.
Can I? Do you mind if I film you today? Who are you?
Right. Exactly.
So I was like, I don't know what to do. I was excited because it was growth. I was like, wow, this is cool, man.
You have any videos like that, Kevin? That one that just blew up like out of nowhere?
No, not really. I've had a few reach over 1,000, but not many that went blown up super big. Like mine has just been a lot of slow growth.
Yeah. Now, slow and steady is the race, they say, right?
Yeah, wins the race.
Yeah, there you go. Something like that. But yeah. There's a lot to YouTube. I mean, there's a lot to learn, but
I don't think anybody's ever really going to fully figure it out.
No, like you said, it changes.
Well, it keeps changing. So
yeah, I've seen even established YouTubers struggle with their content at times. So it's. I think YouTube got too big at one point, and now I think they're dialing it back down because they were really, really pushing shorts at one point. I don't think they're pushing them as big as they used to anymore.
Right.
So I think that they were trying to compete with other companies, other streaming platforms, and they just need to do their own thing. Let people control their own algorithm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you post a lot of shorts?
I started, and I did it for like 3 or 4 months, and then I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore. So yeah, I just stopped doing shorts altogether.
I think they got their place, but it's not. I don't think if you do a lot of long form, I don't think it's good because like I said before, shorts aren't going to be searchable 2 months from now. Nobody's going to search for it. Nobody's going to care. Where long form is your evergreen content, where it's out there, it's going to be searched for.
That's what I feel like.
A long period of time. And somebody put it this way, which I thought was a very good analogy. Consider a short as a handshake. The long form is your conversation. I introduce you. Now you sit down, and the long form is a conversation. And this 3-minute shorts, I don't know what the point of that is. I mean, I think shorts maybe should have been maybe like a minute and a half, cut them off. But 3-minute shorts, you might as well make a whole video.
At first, I think it was just a minute.
Yeah, it is. It used to be a minute. Yeah. But I say, if they say they're going to raise it, okay, I say go to a minute and a half, because sometimes you have, like, I had some that were like 63 seconds, 65 seconds. I was like, well, that won't be considered a short. So if you went a minute and a half, I think that's plenty long, because then you might as well just make a full video. Yeah, if you could talk about something for 3 minutes, you might as well go 5 or 10. I
actually found that during that time, it was hurting my videos. Like, they were coming for the shorts and not watching they weren't staying watching the full content. Yeah,
because in the shorts, you're like, and I think you kind of flip through them. Like a Rolodex, kind of just flip through, and you're looking at different channels. It ain't always the same channel. Okay, look at this one, look at this one, and then you spend 10 minutes doing that, and when you're done, you're thinking, okay, well, what did I really learn there? What I do, what I see,
And I'm honestly at the point now where I don't even watch shorts on YouTube. Like, if I see, even if I search something and I see it's in a short, I won't watch it. I'll try to find the long form content.
Yeah. I like. Well, I know it's a short. It's kind of different, but the title was kind of funny, and I turned it on, and it was a short where the daughter went in and stabbed her brother and killed her, and this guy posted this video about, it was like an actual response call, and the girl screaming, the mom screaming. I thought, so I commented on that. So look, I said, why are you posting this? This is not good. And it had all these views, and I said, if I would have known what this was, I wouldn't have clicked on it. So to me, this is disgusting. Nobody wants to see their mom, this lady screaming at her son just got killed. It was to me. I told him, this is very distasteful. This should be taken down. I never responded back, but stuff like that, just I don't want to see it. Maybe it's just me.
And
I
that's
don't want to see that stuff.
Our opinion, but I agree. I don't like this exploiting things like that.
Yeah, violence, taking advantage of people. It's just horrible. It's like, why are you posting that? I don't know.
I just looked up, for the heck of it, while we were talking, that video. I hid it from my channel, but 219,827 views.
Wow.
1,526 likes.
Wow.
But I took it down just because it doesn't conform to my channel.
Right.
But cool, it was like super exciting, but like, how many of these am I going to make? I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Especially something like that extreme. Who's going to go to get procedures done just so you can get views?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
I need my molar work done. Come bring the camera.
Where's Clay?
Here I'm getting my cleaning.
Yeah.
So,
I do like the post root canal videos where they're like still all drugged up and they're like.
And they're like being
don't
silly
even know who they're talking. Yeah. They don't know who they're talking to and things like that.
Yeah, no, those are cool.
Yeah.
Those
They're funny. That's kind of what I thought I was going to be making.
Right.
But she didn't end up being like that. Like, and then I decided to just capture the whole day. Yeah. I mean, she was a little foggy, but it wasn't nothing hilarious. It was just, I don't know. A lot of, I think the majority of my subscribers on that channel are 14-year-old, 15-year-old girls, because they were all 7 years old and subscribing back then.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And they're not even watching YouTube now. They're watching like TikTok. So
yeah. They just never unsubscribed. So I have, 1,500 subscribers or whatever.
That's okay.
It's working. So.
So you got actually 2 channels then, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's the Clay Allen Review and the Clay Allen Chronicles.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, the Clay Allen Review is like what he does on the Back to the Retro Review. I do microphones, boom arms, audio interfaces. I've been starting to do more tutorials because in comments I'm noticing people asking for it. So I'm like, oh, perfect. That gives me an idea.
I mentioned earlier, comment section, people you get ideas from that.
That's perfect.
Do you plan on putting equal time on both channels? You plan on focusing more on one? To me, it's hard to grow one by itself. I could imagine trying to grow
It's
two.
hard. It's hard doing both, but I'm just gonna
Yeah.
keep trying to do, because the Chronicles, none of that is scripted. None of it's all like just personal thoughts, and like I'll sit down and I'll have a thought. Like sometimes I might write a couple things down,
Mm.
and I'll hit record and I'll just start talking about something. You know, sometimes I've made a couple Chronicles videos where I came up with an idea and I like, you know, planned it out. But the only thing I don't like about them is those ones you can tell were planned out and they don't feel like a true one-on-one conversation.
Okay.
You know, and that's the feel that I like, is that whole vibe
Like
of,
from
you
the
know,
heart.
this,
Yeah.
he's just talking to us from the heart.
Mm-hmm.
What I like about some of the ones that you've done that way, though, is like you'll say, "I wrote some things down" or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's perfectly fine. I like that.
Yeah,
because
okay,
you're
good.
telling
That's
us.
good to know.
Yeah, you're telling us that, hey, I've wrote something down, and
I do that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, because I can't sometimes I can't always think of everything that I want to talk about right off the rip, you know.
Right.
So I'll jot stuff down, and what I'll do is I'll jot it down, and then I'll keep it right here on my laptop, because I close my laptop and I've got two monitors here, and then that way as I'm recording I can look down, you know. I'll look down and go, all right, I need to talk about that, and then I'll look back up and I'll start over again and address that thing.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that Riverside software, I think it had like a teleprompter on it, I think, or one of the softwares.
It did.
Yeah, or you can kind of like read, which would be bad, you know, because it's like you said, not looking down, you know. Then
I love that
stuff. Yeah,
I want to get a teleprompter and put it right here so that I can do my videos and read stuff that I've written down on a note in my computer without looking like right now. Excuse me. Right now, I'm looking at you guys on the screen because I want to connect with you guys.
Right.
But what the audience sees is me looking off in some other direction.
Right.
And
yeah,
I hate that.
You want to look like this, you know. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
whenever we do these, I kind of don't care. I want to look at you guys because you're who I'm having the conversation with.
Right.
I want to be present. And I feel like if I'm staring at the camera, you guys are off over here. That's why I asked about flipping it, because when I have the camera view right close to the edge of my monitor, it's right. So I have two monitors with a gap. Behind them is I use my cell phone. This is my old cell phone. It's just sitting right back there. And the closer I get you to here, the more it looks like I'm looking at the, you know what I mean?
Right. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's like, even if you're just doing a cell phone video, you don't want to look at yourself on there. You want to look where the camera's at, because you're gonna be walking like this and talking. Hey, welcome to you will. You gotta remember that. That's the first thing I started doing. I do my camera with my phone. I gotta remember that camera's over here. I'm not looking at it when I look directly at myself. I need to look at this.
I still do that. Do that.
It's hard to have it to break. Now, you guys try to keep your videos to a certain length. Do you think that's what matters, or depends on the topic, or what?
For me, I try to keep mine between 7 to 11 minutes. Sometimes I'll go a little over, not very often though. But that's where I like to be on mine. Anywhere from 7 to 10 minutes is usually where mine land for my reviews, and that's where I am firmly believe that the audience has a low attention span, because I have a low attention span at times. So I am firmly believe the older we're getting, the younger generation's attention span has gotten shorter and shorter.
That's true.
So I do try to keep mine a little bit shorter, a little bit more to the point. But that is specific to me. I know Clay does his a little bit different, and that's what I like about his as well, though.
Yeah, he you're right. You're 100% right. They don't. When I look at my analytics, that's one of the things that I tank on a lot is my retention. Like they're only watching for 2.5 minutes on a whatever. My issue is when I create content, I want to create what I want to create. So that doesn't always have a 5-minute or 10-minute cap.
Right.
You know what I mean? I didn't post it yet. I sent a video to. I'll let you in on a little secret.
Here first.
Everything that I post, Kevin sees it before I post it, because I want to make sure it's worth posting before I post it, because I have like this extreme self-confidence issues.
And most times I'm like, yes, great.
Yeah. He'll
like, what were you thinking? I didn't want to watch it. What? Get that out of here. No.
Most of the time I'm sending it thinking, I don't know. And then he'll go, that's great. I love that. Post it. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, it's like, there's nothing wrong with that, I don't think, because it's good to have a second
too.
Yeah, well, I said that. I said you critique them too, and but most of the time you're just like, yeah, no. But my point was I just sent him one. What was it, yesterday?
Now, do you just private?
Yesterday or day before?
Private to him on YouTube, or do you actually just send him the video? Or do you make it private?
No, on YouTube. I put it up on YouTube unlisted.
Private.
And then
unlisted. Okay, private. Gotcha. Okay, then. Yeah.
But that video was it was less than 5 minutes long. It was 4.5 minutes long.
I think it depends on the topic too. You know,
but then sometimes you'll see a gear review from me that's 24 minutes long.
But there's more to get into though, because there's a lot more questions. You know, you're sharing thoughts, but there's a lot of questions. Like, like that. I gave the example about that camera. There's a lot. I want to test every connection, so it took a long to make sure this connection was tested. I just didn't test it once and be done. So, I think it depends on what you're talking about. Like I did my most recent one was a one graveyard cemetery. How long? It was only like 3-4 minutes. How long can you talk about a one graveyard cemetery? I'm not gonna make a 30-minute video about that. That's ridiculous.
It had one grave in it.
Yeah, it's one grave.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, pretty weird. But so I mean, I think it depends on what I'm looking at. Something like if you go to a museum, it's kind of more. There's a lot more stuff to see. And there's been many times like when I'm taking my outtake or intro, it's like I don't like that. Delete. Nope, like that. Then like how I said that. Nope.
Oh, I've done that many times.
Isn't that frustrating? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Get all these videos built up. Delete.
Especially when you're dealing with microphones and you say the wrong name. The wrong number.
Yeah, that's
wrong,
man.
Yeah,
wrong number. Yeah, I find honestly delete, but that's one good thing about it. You can, with editing, you can delete that and go back and add it on. Or a lot of times I'll film a certain part of the video, which I know will be like, last, but I'll film it first, or vice versa. This will be first in the video, but I film it last, and the magic of editing. And that's probably one other thing I want to improve in 2025 is editing. I want to do. Prove my skills on that. That's probably one of my goals as well.
I will say, I think for mic reviews and things like that, I got a pretty decent formula for myself that I've kind of.
He does.
That I've sort of kind of maintained. It was a work in progress, and I think I've got it fairly well. And editing and all that, and I send mine to Clay before I post it too, a lot of times, and he's found spelling errors, which I'm known for in mine and stuff like that. So it's always I like having a buddy like that to find stuff or maybe critique my videos and help me as well, because I mean, when you're doing a mic review, you're alone in that. You're doing this yourself. So I mean, it's always good to put a second pair of eyes on things before you post it, just to find maybe something you may have missed.
Yeah. I've actually shot small videos. I go, wait a minute, I forgot to mention this. Scrap it, and I start over.
Well, keep in mind, Chad, that there's two guys right here that if you ever have, hey, can you?
I remember that.
This? Yeah.
Do I really sound like an idiot on here? Do I look dumb? Does it sound suck?
Yes. Post it anyway.
Yeah, that's great. Let's get him.
I'm joking.
No, you don't sound stupid.
Just joking, man.
No, but seriously, like don't be afraid to reach out to either one of us, man. We're pretty down to earth.
And that's something else I think too that I learned to do more is, and when I first started is now I look more at my channel, I'll go back and look at it more objectively. Okay, this doesn't sound good. I don't sound good here. I should have done this. And it's one of those things that you learn over time. Like I said, repetition. If you if you keep doing over and over, then you're going to remember, okay, I can improve it here, I can improve it there. And I think that's some people have a hard time I guess, going there and looking at it objectively. I think, oh, why my videos are great. And then if you look at them, you're thinking, what's he talking about? The sound sucks. It's what I mean? So I think you got to look at it objectively. Just stop and really look at it and look at the analytics. I mean, because it's great going in and looking at all those greens, check marks and the greens and the up arrows. That's exciting to see. But
yeah,
you got to look at things objectively too, because it's not all not all going to be.
Well, that's one of the things that I've had to learn here in this past year as well is, because I started my mic reviews early in this beginning of the year, I believe, and getting critiqued on those.
I just noticed you changed mics.
Is that the Rode?
Pod mic. Yeah, Rode pod mic. Yeah.
I'm like, wait a second, he's on a different mic. When did this happen? Did I go somewhere?
Yeah. Hello.
Hey, I had it sitting here. I was like, oh, just change it up.
Making sure.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I couldn't get my mind off it.
No, I've learned to accept more criticism. Like I used to be like, no, this is my video and I'm gonna post it how I want. But some criticism can be helpful.
Exactly.
And you don't have to take every criticism to heart. Just be mindful of it.
Yeah.
And if it's something that you think is worth trying, definitely do it. You know what I mean?
Like I said not too long ago. I gotta go back to Nick. Maybe I ought to get on his payroll. But he actually talked about my channel and brought it up, and he goes, it looks really good. He said the problem I see here is you got this video here, and then you go, and now you got a taste test video. That could be a problem. I says, because that's where your algorithm starts screwing up. Okay, what do they want here? So I stopped. I might do one on my own personal Facebook thing for fun, but I'm not going to do any of those anymore because I see what he's saying. It ruins.
Here's what I have. Here's where I want to stop you, because do you enjoy doing the taste test for videos, or are you just trying that out?
I absolutely love doing them.
So make another channel.
Yeah.
This is my thing. This is why I have two channels. Is you're stifling
your
creativity.
Idea.
You're stifling your creativity because of the algorithm. That now you're letting the algorithm
control
how you do things. Make another channel.
That's a good point.
Yeah, make another channel that's all food reviews.
Yeah, there you go.
Because I was watching your food reviews. Like when you first came on, when I first heard about you through Mike, it was the whole fishing thing. I'm not a fisherman. I don't watch fishing channels. I don't follow it. It's just not a thing for me. Like there's some stuff that Kevin does that I'm not into, and but I was into the food things, and I noticed that you don't do them. But I also like the adventures because those are cool, man. I think they're fun.
Right.
Start a new channel.
I enjoy both. Yeah, I mean, I really do.
Just don't set too high of a bar. Like start a food channel and be like, I'm gonna do 2 videos a month.
Yeah.
Or whatever you're comfortable with.
Yeah, that was my other question. Like when you set out, do you have a certain amount of videos you want to do, like one a week? You want to do one a month, 2 months, or how do you usually?
Oh, I have a schedule for mine. I definitely have a schedule for mine. I have a bank right now of movie reviews that I do on my channel, and those come out every Monday. And I have taken a break from the tech reviews this past month because of the holidays.
Okay.
But every Thursday, starting back in January, starting back up in January, I should say, tech reviews will be coming out every Thursday. So Mondays and Thursdays is when mine come out, and I try not to miss unless of like holidays or something like that, where I think there's not going to be a lot of people watching YouTube throughout these days anyway because of the holidays.
Yeah, that's when a lot of downtime is, when people start seeing their views slow down during this time of year. Correct.
They're busy prepping for people coming to their houses and things like that.
Yeah. I don't have a good frequency yet. I need to, but then on the same token, like for the review channel, I don't have as good of what's the word? The relationships with companies.
Okay, yeah.
I don't have that established very well. I do have a relationship with Fine, but it's not. They're not. They do offer me stuff to do. but not as frequently. Like he'll send me things constantly. Hey, so and so's sent me this, and I'm like, I'm so jealous, man. I'm like, you got, because I can't keep buying all this stuff.
Yeah.
I just can't afford it. Like I've already, most of what I have, I paid for. And, if I was to ever, disclose how much collectively I spent,
probably don't want to.
Yeah. My wife might be like, you did what? I thought you got it free,
Exactly.
Like, no, like
that's
nobody's.
That's one reason I don't read reviews, because of the cost. Like you said, I can't afford to go out and buy everything I want to try out,
Right. So my
it can be expensive for sure.
is very low. My frequency is very inconsistent because I don't get stuff for free all that often.
But see, I can't afford a lot of these things either, which is why I stay a lot of times in the budget realm. And I do have a couple relationships with a couple companies, but nowhere near as big as some other people. And like, if I find the biggest one that I have a relationship with, and they've sent me a few mics. Mayano sent me a few. 5 Core sent me a few, but other than them,
well, you did the wallet thing.
Oh yeah,
but you didn't keep up with stuff like that, so I didn't.
Those were one-off type deals to where
they're nice wallets. I have one. He sent me one.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what?
Wallet?
No,
it's called Polaris. It's it has like a little lever thing that clicks and your cards come up. Yeah, it's a minimalist wallet.
Right.
But a lot of times when companies send me something like that, I'm like, oh, that's cool. I kind of want one now, and that's why I do the reviews, because I kind of want it.
You can have one.
Yeah, because I can have one. And that'll go on my channel. I consider my channel not specifically a budget mic review. I consider it more of just a review channel, even though most of what I review is tech and budget podcasting friendly. I consider it more of a tech review channel than a budget podcasting.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it does. Most of my mics, I would say my mics are 50-50. I've bought most of mine and had companies send me the other half. So I would consider that about 50-50.
That's a help. Yeah.
Once you get a certain amount of mics, what I'm going to start doing is, since I can't get a new mic every week, I'm going to start doing microphone battles. Like
oh, there you go. Yeah. Put this against that
like
one.
the pod mic versus the K669D, and
that's what I just did. That it wasn't a battle, but it was similar. That's what I sent him. That was the one I said was less than 5 minutes long.
Yeah.
I got to stop this for a second, guys. So just carry on for the show for a minute.
Not a problem.
Yep.
And that's just what I plan on doing here, because I can't spend money that I don't have.
Right. It's gotta, like, there's a certain point where we're like, all right, I can't afford this. I'm gonna start doing more of the tutorials, because I was doing that on Facebook when I was part of Riverside, when I had Riverside.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that I learned or figured out how to do on Riverside, I would make a video about how to do it, and I would post it on the Riverside community that I was part of on Facebook. And I was getting cool, like, good responses. People were like, oh man, this is awesome. Thanks for making this. I wasn't getting paid. It just felt good to help people.
Right. Honestly, that's why I like doing the mic reviews, helping people, with wanting a microphone or a new microphone, or somebody starting out who may want to upgrade from using their phone to, their phone audio, or or a crappy headset audio to an actual microphone or something like that.
See that sign in the back of his background there in the middle, the Cheers one?
Yeah.
I've been to Cheers.
Oh. Did they know your name? Did they know your name?
No, they didn't.
I do know that it does not look anything like the set. Yeah.
And for good reason. The reason that the TV show doesn't look similar is because the actual bar is really tiny.
Oh yeah.
It's small. We were talking about Cheers, your sign back there.
Oh, okay. Well, howdy, there is a show going. I'm sorry I'm late. No. Yeah, I have been there. I have been to the real one in Boston.
In Boston?
Bowls Tennis Club, yeah.
Yeah, it's so tiny.
Oh, it is. It looks nothing like it did on TV.
You walk so from street or sidewalk, street level.
Yeah.
The stairs go down below street level, and you're kind of in the basement of this building. And it's nothing like that. No, it's real small, tight. I mean, it's
narrow.
You can get in there and it's a bar, but it's not.
Right.
It's not like the show, big wide open. Hey,
no,
that's what you're expecting. But when you get down in there, it's completely different. Yeah,
you're like, what is? Huh?
See, we're going to Massachusetts next year. That's going to be a big trip. There's going to be a lot of footage out there. So we're
if you go to Massachusetts,
I think we might be going to that.
We have to get a bite to eat or something.
Yeah. Well,
because I'm like, depending on where you're going in Massachusetts, I'm anywhere from an hour to 2 hours away from anything in Mass.
Yeah,
same if you're ever in the Austin-ish area. Yeah, Austin, Texas.
I'm trying to think where that name of that town. Well, we're going to the Hyannis Airport in Massachusetts.
Okay, so Cape Cod.
Yeah, we're going to be right in that area because we already got the thing reserved there. So we're going to stay there. Then one night I really want to do because I love the TV show Wings. It's one of my favorite shows, and I do want to get one of the Cape Air flights. I want to fly into Nantucket Airport. So I want to do it before I die. That's my bucket list. I'm going to do that.
Oh, there you go.
Year.
Yeah.
And we're going to stay one night in Nantucket, and then take
you would happen to be going to one of the furthest away from me.
Okay, yeah, that figures.
Like anywhere on the Cape is like 2 to 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I got you.
Because it's just so far. Like, we used to. My wife's dad lives in Brewster, Mass.
Okay.
And which is out near Hyannis. And it's like a solid 2-hour ride to get there.
Okay, so, I gotcha.
Yeah,
so we might not be able to meet up.
We can meet halfway, maybe.
Yeah, Providence.
Yeah, meet halfway.
But I mean, even Providence is still going to be like an hour drive for you.
Okay. Yeah.
For me, Providence is like 30 to 45 minutes.
Well, hey, get to meet you and break bread. What nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I love this. Love this, but
yeah.
That's the one thing about pet peeve of mine. When you go to you go out to eat something, you see a whole family or people get together. They're at a restaurant, and what are they doing? Getting on the phones and nobody's talking. It's like, what is?
They don't have any respect. They don't like. See, I come from old school that integrated into the new school. I have a phone. I'm big time into all my YouTube stuff, checking my notifications, but I know when I'm doing something like that, there's a certain level of respect that kicks in for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll look at it if something pops up that I need to, but I'm not going to spend my time on that.
Constantly on it, scrolling through Facebook, going through TikTok, posting this and that. It's just like, I don't know, maybe I'm just not the new generation thinking, but
I told you I was watching a movie with my wife before I came up here.
Mm-hmm.
I've already seen the movie, so I was only there to spend time with her and watch the movie.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And like 4 times I look over and she's and I said, and usually she's busy with like answering cake orders because she bakes cakes at home. And she's a busy person. Like I know right now she has no cakes. She's done. She's done for the year pretty much. She's got like 1 or 2 here and there. She doesn't need it. So I looked over and I said, "Hey, you don't have no more, all your cake stuff's done?" She's like, "Yep, no more cake stuff." And I'm like, "So what's your excuse for being on your phone while we're supposed to be doing this together?"
Got me there. I just got another order in. Unexpected order at the last minute. So.
No. It wasn't
that's one. I guess that's one giveaway for next year. One of the things I'm going to do, but there's going to be a lot of different things we're going to see out there. So I'll probably have a dozen videos just on that one trip at least.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, because we're gonna go see like Salem and all that stuff.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
my daughter
Salem's
did that
cool.
not too long ago. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of stuff out there we want to see. So
Salem's neat. It'll surprise you being there and realizing like certain things like, oh, this is just this or that, but it's still cool. Like there's a lot of neat. There's one thing that you can do there that's kind of seems gimmicky. It's inside of a store. I can't remember the name of it. If I can think of it, I'll tell you, because if you're going, you should do this. there's a store. It's like a gift shop, and then in the back they have like a museum thing, and it's kind of neat. But you walk through, and they talk to you. There's narrators, and they're giving you a backstory on witches, and it's really, really informational.
Yep, interesting.
I learned so much about witches and the witch trials and how the whole thing with witches came about, that from that one little thing. And it was just I think it was like $20 for me and my wife to go through and walk through. And I loved it, man. Because like I learned that witches were just pagan women that lived out in the country. They weren't witches at all. They made remedies and things to help people that couldn't afford to go into the city to go to the doctors. So these pagan women were making different things that would help people, and the church and the governments considered them witches too. Because
different is bad. Different is bad. Different is bad. Yeah.
Well, because they were taking money away from them.
It's kind of like Big Pharma today,
No, it's exactly what it was. These people were not traveling to the cities anymore to get their health care. They were going to these pagan women out in the country. And so they started this whole witch thing, and that's where that came about. And you're like, wow, I really thought that these women were trying to do magic spells.
Yeah, spells in big cauldrons.
No. Yeah, according to Looney Tunes, that's what they were doing.
Yeah, they're flying on brooms. Come on, what? But yeah, there's I got a lot of good stuff. Like I said, next year planned. I've been, I'll just come and run across stuff. I was like, oh, I never knew that existed. So I'll look up and say, oh, that's a little bit of Fire Drive. That's not bad. I'll write it down, and I'm all ready to go and stuff. So
I love going on little trips like that. Like earlier this year, or was it last year? I don't remember. We went and had lunch it's like an hour away from here, at the Texas Chainsaw Massacre house, where they actually
yeah, down in Texas.
That's cool.
It was really cool. That all their meals and drinks were Texas Chainsaw Massacre people and stuff.
Strange movie.
Yeah.
I would dig that.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
It's not in its original place. They actually, people bought it and moved it to another place, but it's there, and you can actually they made it into like into a restaurant, and it's really cool.
Pretty neat. Now,
that is neat.
On your guys' channels, are you like the only one, like everything?
No.
Cameraman, producer, editor, and all that?
Do
you have a team?
Yeah. No.
I have a team for my movie reviews. It's me and two other guys, but I'm the one who does all the... Well, I don't really even edit that one, the movie reviews, but I'm the one who produces the movie reviews and stuff like that. It's all on my side, and I'm cameraman, editor, and all that on my mic reviews as well.
Clay,
it's just me.
Yeah, it's just me. Like I said, my wife don't like really to be on the videos too much. She'll be on them. She's not real big about it. She don't like to really be on there, but I like to include her too. So. But,
I would mind, but she's like, no, not interested. She doesn't.
Right.
She's like, no.
Same here.
Yeah, mine same way. Like, she's like, another microphone? They're the same. I'm like, no, they're not.
Right.
They're not the same.
No.
Yeah. Well, we've been going for a while, but just a couple of things. I don't know if I already asked you this. Do you have any big goals in 2025 that you want to hit, or?
I just I want to see some positive growth, because I love doing this, and I would love to do it more, and eventually, obviously, get to a point where I could make some sort of passive income off of it.
Right. I think we all do. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really my goal too. Is just a steady, keep on moving forward. Right. I don't want to be stagnant. I just want to keep on moving, even if it's a slow move. I want to keep pushing forward and not, be stagnant. I don't want to run out of gas, basically.
Right. Yeah. I think burnout's a real thing.
Yeah.
I think people can, like you said, they can try to chase perfection. They can try to do this. They can try to do too much at once and then end up not doing anything at all.
That's what happens when you do that.
Yeah. So it's I think sometimes like you say, you got to step back and just
And I'm
take
guilty.
a break from it. Yeah.
Oh, I'm guilty of it as well.
Oh yeah.
I am completely
with
guilty
it every
of
time.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to keep myself from getting too consumed by perfection.
Yeah, like even if I wasn't making money on this, which I'm not, but I'm thinking even if I never did, I just enjoy doing it. I love going.
Yeah, me too. I still do it.
It's just fun, like you said. I like behind the camera. I like sharing experiences and stories because no matter what channel or niche or whatever you want, how's it? Is it niche or niche?
It's whatever you want.
It's however you
whatever
want.
You want to say.
Niche, yeah.
Depends on what part of the country you're from. Apparently,
exactly. Yeah, you are you, and you can bring what you have to the table. Some this guy may be real serious about this. My guy may be comedic about it. This guy may have a really great, way of displaying something, and it all can work. That's why there's room for everybody because you can't replace experiences. And like we said, I think that's what Clay mentioned about those over 40. I think that's why those are getting big is because are you really going to listen to a 20-year-old life coach? No, they may know they ain't lived enough life to really know anything.
I was seeing a therapist recently, and I stopped going because this girl couldn't have been much more than 24 or 25 years old.
I mean, it's just,
and I was like, I'm 50, man.
Nothing against that person. It's just the fact they haven't lived. We've lived life. Right. We've lived enough now. We've have experiences. Because sometimes
we look at things differently than they do. Yeah.
Some experience can trump education quite a bit in a lot of things.
Yeah.
You can read. I can read how to do open heart surgery and tell you exactly how to do it. But can I do it on a real person? No. I have no hands-on, no experience. Exactly. So I think that's a thing too that makes these channels good, and people need to, not worry about, how they sound. Just keep it real because you're you and nobody else. And I think maybe that's another thing people do. Maybe they try to imitate somebody else. I want to go out. He's got the big channel. He's got millions. Well, they've been doing it for years. You're not going to be that person. Don't try to be that person, I guess.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing we talked about, just being real, being yourself and speaking from the heart. And like the comments, I love that, the community that you build because.
Oh, the community is awesome. Like that's my favorite part of doing this. Like I don't make money from doing this, but I met Clay from doing, the stuff. I met you from doing it. Yeah.
Mike, I mean, I never would have.
Bart,
Bart.
Talking about it being our favorite part, I honestly, sorry, I'm all jacked up.
That's all right.
I truly love this community. Like I didn't know about it until, hang on, man, I didn't know about it until like the last year or so, and it means more to me than and this is awful to say, but like even some of my lifelong friendships, they don't lift me up and support me in this. My family doesn't. My friends, my close friends, they don't give a shit about this. You guys do, and that's the people in the comments, the people that I've become to know, like Kevin, you, Bark. I text with Bark almost on a daily basis.
Yeah. It's funny because there's certain people that you only met on YouTube less than a year.
Correct.
Like you said, you're texting them or contacting them more than you do friends you've known for 20 years.
Yes. Yeah. And that's
how strange
that's
is
what
that?
I'm getting at. I love that. That means so much to me.
Yeah, it's cool, but how strange is that?
And I think I become better and better at what I'm doing because of all of these people. You guys exchanging stories. Somebody saying, hey, I really like this. I think you should do this. My family don't do that. They don't care. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that in like a negative, my family don't care. That's not what I mean. They just really don't.
Okay, be honest. When you tell a family, like that's the other thing going around YouTube. Should you tell your family you have a channel or not? They can hurt you. Let's say it can hurt your algorithm or whatever. But when you tell somebody, like I don't, my family, they know I do it, but I've told them, but that's it. I don't go around every time I see them. Oh man, guess what I'm gonna do for my channel tomorrow? I don't do that because, like you said,
I don't either.
I honestly don't. I honestly don't think 90% of my family or more probably really could care less.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I hate saying it. I mean, that doesn't make them bad or make them they don't like me. They just
it's not in a negative way.
Yeah,
they just don't.
They don't interest them.
Nope.
So
I did find out is that we started doing some stuff locally and I'm doing these like interview style podcasts with local business owners, and I've done 2. I've got to get somebody else in, but I've got to finish editing the second one. But we posted it on YouTube, but then we're sharing that YouTube channel locally on Facebook, and like it's got. I mean, we just started it a couple weeks ago. It's got like 30 subscribers, 20 something subscribers, and we have 1 video. And they all are like, dude, oh, we love this. This is so cool.
Right.
And I'm excited about that because now local business owners and people that I could potentially make a living from are watching my stuff and going, oh, this is really cool,
Right. Exactly. Yeah, that's interesting though. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I just don't talk about it. I don't know why. And I'm not ashamed of it. I just really don't, Now sometimes I'll say, hey, I can't go there. I'm out shooting a video or something. But that's it. I don't go into detail why I'm going, what I'm doing, or because like I said, I don't think they really would care.
Yeah, my family definitely don't. Really care that much either. But it's not like they don't care about what I'm doing. It's more like they just don't care about the subject matter or anything like that.
Right.
So,
yeah.
And that's what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, now one thing was kind of pretty cool today. We had a Christmas dinner, late Christmas dinner with my mom's side of the family, and my niece or my nephew come to me and say, yeah, just the other day I don't have a YouTube account, but I got her and I was watching a lot of your videos and watching a lot of them are really pretty good. That made me feel good. He just came out of the blue and told me that. I didn't even bring it up to him, So
who was this?
My nephew,
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah. That's kind of neat that he said that,
My daughter says that she's like, and she's only 11, my youngest, but she's like, Dad, a lot of my friends watch your videos and they think it's really cool that my dad's a YouTuber. And I'm like, oh, really?
Now you've got more pressure on you. Now you got to perform for your daughter.
Yep, there you go.
It's like, oh no, why did you say that? On the back of my head, he's like, yep, they're
she's proud of it, man. Like she loves it.
That's awesome, though.
That is cool, yeah. And I think that's cool. And like I said, and like you said, it's the people you meet. Because in the networking, you don't know where it's going to take you.
No,
you don't know. You don't know what connection you're going to make.
But the cool part is we're making good friends along the way.
Absolutely, and that's to me, it's
that's more important than any mic review I've already done.
Exactly,
or that I'm going to do is the friends that I'm making along the way.
Yeah. Exactly, that's the thing there. Like I said, I'm not going to say who because I don't want to give it up yet. Because we are going to do it. But we ain't made a date yet. But I just got a very high up YouTube person say he'd love to come on my show, so I cannot wait. That'll be announced.
Awesome.
Soon, so
nice.
In fact, I was at work and I was checking my email on my phone and I saw it. And he goes, "I'd love to be on the show. What time are you thinking?" I was like, I jumped out of my chair. I think my coworker, she probably thought I was nuts. I go, she's, oh my gosh, what's I said? I was YouTuber. I watch all the time, look up to her. I said, he says he's going to come on my show. And she thought I was probably nuts, but but see, I mean, I always say this: you don't know unless you ask, or you don't know until you try. And if you never put that first video out, you're never going to know where it's going to take you. You just don't. Like I said, Clay, it could be that one video you do, boom. Next thing you know, you've got another. A brand asking you to do your, to offer you some product. You don't know.
I did have one reach out to me, but I think it was a fly by night thing. Remember me telling you, Kevin,
the jewelry, right? It was like
no, it was a nanny cam.
Oh yeah, nanny cam.
It was a nanny cam, and they were gonna send me they emailed me.
What is that? A webcam or something?
It was it was a camera. So it's a hidden camera. Yeah. It's it was like a like one of those outlet things that you put on your outlet that will extend it and that gives you like a USB-C, a USB-A, and it gives you a couple but it also had a camera in it, yeah. And they were like, would you be interested in doing a review on it? We've looked at your channel, blah 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 blah. I think I even ran the email by Kevin, and he was like, yeah, go for it, and I did. And they said, all right, we'll send it out right away. And
haven't heard anything back.
No, it was like a month or so had gone by, and I emailed them and I said, hey, I haven't gotten the package yet. And they replied back and said that something went wrong and they weren't going to be able to do it at this time. And I was like,
oh wow, yeah,
okay,
that kind of.
I've actually had that happen to me recently with a webcam company that they reached out to me and then they're like, we can't. We were out of our promotional.
Then why did you reach out to me?
Yeah,
you know,
I was all excited too because I really want to use this one.
That's me. I just looking for tech to do reviews on, and here there's this thing, a nanny cam. I didn't really care about keeping it because they were like, oh, you get to keep the product. We'll send it to you, and you don't have to send it back, and you just do the review and do it honest. And I was like, all right, perfect.
Yeah. Now, Kevin, do you just do microphones, or do you plan on branching out next year, like into other electronics, or are you going to stick with that?
Oh no, I don't just do microphones. I've done other electronics. I've done wallets. I've done wallet reviews. I'm trying to think of some other things.
I don't have mine. I'd show him.
Yeah, I got that Ridge wallet. I love it. Except for sometimes it's hard to get the credit cards in and out of there. Other than that, I love it.
You may like the one I reviewed. It's called Polarius. They make a bunch of different models.
I'll look into
that. I'll reach. Companies have reached out to me. I've actually turned some down because I'm like, that's really not what I want.
That wireless system thing that you turned down.
Yeah.
That was like really in depth.
I had a real high end. Matter of fact, Bark did it.
Yeah.
Bark reviewed it.
Yep.
They reached out to me and wanted to send me like $1,000 worth of equipment to review, and I'm like, I can't review that. Like that's not in my wheelhouse. I would feel overwhelmed and too much pressure to get this review out. And I don't want to be in that space. So I kind of turned them down on that. I've had teleprompters offered to me to review, but they're not they're like stage teleprompters. I'm like, I'm not doing that either. Yeah, I'm not doing that. But I don't mind branching out into other things. Like I said, I don't think mine is specific microphone only. Yeah. I like tech, and I consider it more of a techie type channel and things like that.
It's endless. It's endless what you can do.
Even the wallets I consider tech because they had a little mechanism with them. So.
They were RFID blocking and
So it's tech.
No, I hate to keep asking you these questions, all this, Kevin, putting you on the spot here tonight.
No, ask away.
You don't have to give any company names, but I know this is a problem with some people. Like these companies reach out to them, but they put all these stipulations. You got to do positive. You got to say this about that. You got to say this about that. Has anybody ever come down and said that's what they need you to do?
I've never had that because when they initially reach out to me, my response is always yes, I'm interested, but my opinions are my own, and I basically have a ethics statement that I lay out for them and let them know, which could be the reason why the webcam company kind of backed out. So
could be, yeah.
Excuse me. I know Mike had a good little email that I think he sent me a copy of it like one time about asking about how he's kind of like a informal contract about what he, hey, this, like you said, is my opinion. I don't do bot paid reviews. So I know some people that actually have had issues with that where, they'll actually tell them, say, look, you need to be positive. You need to say this, you need to say that, or, don't let them tell you that we're sponsoring you. I mean, it's all these weird. I
won't do anything like that.
I would tell them shady. No. It seems kind of shady to me,
Now, Fine will have me be like, hey, make sure you use this put this in your title. I'm okay with that,
right. Because no big deal.
Usually it's the whatever microphone I'm reviewing. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I can do that.
All right.
They haven't asked me that.
Oh, really?
They've never said that.
Yeah, they're like, hey, if you could just make sure that, say I'm reviewing K669D dynamic microphone, is in the title. I'm like, yeah, that's not.
Well, I do that anyway, so maybe they base it off of what they've seen and they haven't asked me, so I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I
just curious on that, Kevin. That's why I want to ask if you've come across that, because I know some people that get product have that issue of brands doing that.
I haven't come across that yet to where they're that specific, but like I said, when I reply, I'm normally like, this is my.
And that's the only way to be. I mean, if like you said, if I'm not going to use a product myself, or if I'm not going to be honest about it, I'm not going to do it, because that's basically just lying. Is what if your viewers say, okay, yeah, he says it's great, and then he goes out and buy it and it's junk, you lose all credibility.
Yeah, I'm not going to poison my own brand. I'm definitely not
going
to poison my
you'll
own
ruin
brand.
yourself.
Yeah. Is it worth it for a free microphone to lose your integrity?
No.
Not at all. Not at all. Yeah.
Nope. And then lose all credibility on any future videos.
How are they going to listen to you? He'll tell you to buy that. It's junk. Don't listen to him. It's like,
I was talking to Clay about this not too long ago. I'm like, the only problem is most of my reviews are super positive. Like I don't really
That's what I worry about too.
I don't have a lot of bad reviews because
doesn't Skyler say anything bad?
Yeah, I mean, my last, well, not last one, but the Mayano Neo G1 and their PD 100X, that I was as positive as I could be. I wasn't overly positive, but I pointed out negative things, and I had no problem with it.
Right.
And they reached out and said, "Yeah, we know about these issues," and they came back and said, "This is why." I'm like, "Yeah, that's cool, but I'm not going to redo my video."
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotcha. Well, it's getting close, getting kind of late, guys. I don't want to keep everybody on here too long, but any last minute things on your 2024? What you thought? Good or bad, or
no? I just want to see, like I said, the growth get a little better, and I'm excited to maybe get to meet more people in YouTube. Like this is so far for me, it's the best people I've met ever. So I just met another guy that I started talking with. He's actually like he's a playwright. He writes movies and scripts, and he's got a YouTube channel, but his YouTube channel is nothing to do with his business. He talks about AI, how he doesn't like AI, and he's talking about he's just if I can think of his name, I'll send it to you guys because I'd like you guys to go check him out too.
Definitely.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, the community that we've kind of established here is just one of the better communities I've ever been a part of, and it means a lot to me.
Yeah, so. I agree. Like I try to respond to every comment, and I try to be positive, and I appreciate like you said, the friendships you make. It's a lifetime. So that's another good thing. Because without this, you never would have met you wouldn't have met these people.
Exactly.
You would never would have. You wouldn't know they existed. So I think that's a big plus too. So
this is like a whole new, not new, but it's a whole different world for us. Like especially our age group. Like this wasn't a thing.
Oh yeah.
We had grown up. We didn't have internet. You couldn't even search Google. You couldn't shop online. We didn't have any of that stuff. Now
we went to the mall.
we had rotary phones, man. I mean,
now you can talk to people clear across the world like this. It's like it's just amazing. Yeah, you remember the time, the old dial-up mode when you sit there and you hear that dialing it up, where you're downloading a real huge file. You're like, oh god, don't disconnect.
Yeah, and it took you like 4 hours to download a song.
Yeah, I remember going, oh my gosh, I got a 48K modem. That is fast. You remember those days? And I remember when a gig came out, you're like, a gig? I said, you'll never fill a gig. There's no way you ever fill a gig. Remember that? I remember those days.
Yeah.
It goes so fast.
Remember burning CDs?
Yeah.
I remember recording songs off the radio on a cassette tape.
Yeah.
I've done that too.
I remember recording songs off the radio with a separate recorder because the radio that I was using didn't have a tape deck. It was just a radio, so I was recording the radio
up to the speaker. Oh yeah.
And then I would listen.
A long way.
I would listen to those. That was I would put that in the Walkman, and that's what I would listen.
We had to be creative back in the day.
You did. Well, yeah, you did. I mean, there's a lot of things that I miss. A lot of things I'm glad we have now, but simpler times sometimes can be a little bit better.
Yeah.
Because I think I said.
Social media has ruined a lot. It's ruined a lot of things. It's made things better.
It's a whole different world,
Yeah,
it's just different.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like I say, kids today will never know the fun of going to a video store, looking at the covers and looking at movies, and then going and getting a pizza. I mean, streaming's nice. Okay, instantly, boom, there it is. But it was fun picking out videos. I love looking at the cover work and going,
Friday and Saturday nights, man.
Checking new releases. Oh, go up there and say, hey, I see all that movie's out. I got somebody bringing it in here a little bit. Okay, I'll wait for it. Let me know when it comes in. You know,
or we got to get there quick before the movies are gone that we want to see.
That's so funny. I remember doing that. I remember waiting.
Yeah, kids will never know that. You know, they'll never know that.
This one's due back by 7 o'clock. And we're like,
or Be Kind and Rewind. Remember that on the VHS tape?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think that they just closed. I think that they finally closed the last Blockbuster.
Did he? That was like in Oregon, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. That's kind of sad, but yeah, it is.
Red box. Netflix was a mail. You got your movies in the mail.
Yep.
We have a red box that's still working at Walgreens. I went to sit there the other night. My wife and I stopped in a Walgreens, and I go, that red box machine, that surely ain't working. We opened up. Nope, it's still got the monitor going there.
Oh, wow. Like, what kind of movies do they have in it?
My mom still does that.
New DVD releases. I was like, I didn't think these things are around anymore.
Yeah, I thought that they stopped making DVD physical media.
My
mom still watches movies that way.
Yeah, a lot of people do, but hey,
my dad won't let her get any kind of smart TV or Fire Stick because he thinks everybody's spying on him.
Yeah. Well, phones do. There's no way around it.
Oh yeah.
You'll talk about something. You get on your phone there's an ad for it. Like 2 minutes later, I'm like, what?
See, but it's all ease of access. It's all when you hook up a phone and you start, you want to put your Google on it. You want to put your whatever it is stuff it is that you're into.
Right.
You go through the app, you go through the permissions, and you give it permission to listen to you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what a lot of people don't realize is
it's in that fine print. Everybody just skims over.
You're giving them permission.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't give that permission, then you don't get all those ease of access.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So you're kind of caught. You're stuck. What do you do?
I just jump on the boat, man. I just go along with it.
Yeah, it can listen to me all at once. It's gonna be bored.
I got nothing to hide. So
yeah, like I said, you go to the doctor, do this, no, do that, no, do this, no. It's like, man, I'm a boring person, really. I don't do any of that stuff.
I don't do any of that stuff.
Yeah, right. Well, hey guys, it's been a good one. We got off topic a little bit, but that's perfectly fine. That happens. So, but I can't say nothing more. Appreciate you guys coming on tonight. And I just wish nothing but the best for you guys here. Hope we all achieve, at least one goal that we want to hit next year, and most importantly, enjoy doing it.
Yeah,
because that's what it's all about. So
it's fun.
Do you have anything in closing, Kevin, that you want to say, self-promote or anything like that, or?
Go check out Mod Squad Network and Back to the Retro Review. That's really all I got. Yeah.
There you go. How about you, Clay?
Same deal. Go check out the Chronicles, the Clay Allen Chronicles. I got to get more up on that channel, but I'm trying to get that one to go because I love.
All right, I'll get links to you guys' channels down below when this gets uploaded. I'll add some links down it to you guys so people can check it out. So, but yeah, it's been fun. Like I said, it's we could do one of these year in review. You could do one half a year in review because the algorithm, what it is today, is probably going to change next month, and it might change again in March. It just changes, but
it'll change tomorrow. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, the bottom line is people got to realize that YouTube pushes out what it thinks the audience wants to see, and it's just the way it is.
That's ultimately what it's about. It's not about us as the creator. It's about the viewers. The viewers.
One guy made a comment I thought was really good. He said the quality of the video is what the viewer thinks it is, not me or you. You can spend hundreds of dollars and time and hours and edit the most looks like a cinematic movie. Nobody will watch it. Or you could go, like you said, you could sit in your car and talk for 10 minutes. That thing's got 1 million views. Mm-hmm. It just depends on what the viewer is going to watch.
Yeah. What's resonating with them at that moment.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah. So that's why we don't, like you say, just do it. Just start it, hit record and see where it takes you, because that's actually, sometimes that's good, because if you're just starting out, that's when you can make mistakes. That's when you can, talk about this, talk about that, because you're kind of establishing stuff. You still got that time.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're out.
Yeah, but when you're doing it for a while, if you all said, like I said, if I do a video on my hair repairing a vehicle, they're going to be like, what the heck is going on here? I'm on the wrong channel, So
yeah,
that's kind of the way I look at it. So, all right. Well, hey, the year is almost over. You bet.
Thank you for having me on, man, for sure.
New Year's is coming on, so everybody have a safe New Year's, and just have fun. Enjoy it. 2025 is among us.
Yeah, we'll see you in the next videos.
That's right. You got anything new coming out?
I will probably in the next week or so. Yeah.
Okay. I just finally edited one I had done a while back. I finally got it edited. But it's gonna get flagged. It's got too much copyright music in it. So I know it's gonna get flagged. So I'm gonna see what happens. So we're gonna give it a whirl. So
make sure you put some disclaimers out on it. I do not own the rights to this music.
Yeah, that's true too.
It'll help you.
Believe the one I had a real quick, like, sorry, I keep going, but I had a camping video, and in the background there was a song that was playing over in the campground. I don't remember what it was, and it flagged it. I said, It stopped me and said, what? I said, copyright, what are they talking about? And then it gave me the time, and I went back and listened. I go, it picked up that daggone music from the back. So I had to, but once I get rid of that music, then it went through fine. But so it'll get you.
Yep, it will.
So. All right, guys, I appreciate you again, and enjoy your New Year's, and we'll do this again, and wish everybody the best. And
look forward to it.
Absolutely. Definitely. All right. Have a good one, y'all.
All right, good night.
Good night.
Have a good one.
Yep.